Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the It's Hard to Explain podcast. I'm here with Jacob and Kagan. Ethan couldn't make it tonight, and I'm of course, Adam, of course. Fuck!
Well, today...
I'm of course Adam.
That's fine. Today, we have our first guest.
Yeah, taking the place of Ethan. Unfortunately, he died, AIDS. No, I'm just kidding. He couldn't be here due to unforeseen circumstances.
He's got the coof.
He caught the vid, and
He's got the coof.
He caught the vid, and he just didn't. He couldn't come around
Or at least he got exposed to it.
Yeah, he did. He's not sure if he has it, but somebody around him caught it, so he couldn't be here tonight. But we do have a guest. It is Kagan's lovely significant other, Kayla.
Thank you.
Yay!
Yay, a woman.
How do you feel?
Am I right?
How are you feeling?
I feel nothing.
Nothing.
Good.
Literally me.
Woman. Yeah?
Yeah. No, Adam. No.
No.
So
I mean, women, right?
for this
Let's
episode,
go.
it's another media episode. We're just gonna talk about our favorite types of media. Movies, shows,
Random
books,
brain
whatever-
rot that
whatever.
we find funny.
Yeah, this one's kind of just like us
Off
just
the
chit
cuff.
chatting,
Right.
Ethan couldn't be here, so we didn't want to do like a big topic that would be a lot of fun that he might want to be involved in. So it's just gonna be a nice, fun little bullshitting episode.
So
Indeed.
So fellas.
So let's unpack the bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's get this shit right all out on the chest. Right all out on my hot, steamy chest.
Anybody got any interesting stories?
Oh.
To start with for catch up.
Anything interesting happen to anybody?
No.
Not me. I can't think of anything. Kayla, you've always got interesting stuff going on at work. What you got?
Well, I do have a good old fashioned story.
All right.
Regale us.
Hit us with it. Let's see what you got.
Maul us with it.
I'm waiting.
The end.
That was a banger story.
I know,
That was
right?
good. All right, Jake, you got it? No, I'm just kidding.
I do, Adam. Actually, no, I don't.
That was a
I
good
do,
one.
but I don't. Yeah, I do.
Anyway,
But I don't. Not right now.
regale us, Kayla.
But
All
I do.
right, all right. So
What's something interesting that happened to you recently?
so I work with animals, and we had this one animal pop in, and it was our cat. Unfortunately, our own cat was acting like a dumb fuck
Oh man.
at the vet's office, and
She gets it from her mom.
her mom's a complete asshole, bro.
I'm
What are
talking
you
about
talking
you.
about?
I'm talking about you.
Well, I am an asshole to an extent, so we will not deny. Yeah, no, we gave her about 200, almost 300 milligrams of some meds, and it did not phase her. So we are.
She's a
Should have been fucking whacked
she's
up.
a
dude.
she's a
would
fucking
think.
crack cat, dude. She is fucking wild.
Next
That's
time you should give her some
insane.
Fent.
Give her a perk 30 laced with Fent and see
Well,
what
the
happens.
worst part is that
20 Benadryl.
our lovely veterinarian was like, "Hey, give her 2 mils of this med, and it equals out to 200 milligrams." It did nothing. Did not phase her.
Damn.
That's not surprising, dude. She's a fucking.
She's always
Resilient
acting
crack
like
cat.
she's just absolutely wired on crack.
Yeah.
She's a resilient fucking bitch. That's all I gotta
I'll
say.
tell you what, we even made it marshmallow flavored. Did nothing.
Damn.
Wasn't even thankful.
That normally works.
Yeah, no.
I know, right?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim,
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
don't really got any interesting
Did
stories.
you have a story to tell?
I didn't have stories, but I did. I have watched a lot of shit recently
Okay.
that
Ooh, do
I
tell.
would like to talk about in pieces, so I'm not talking for like 20 minutes straight.
No, you're fine.
But I watched Scott Pilgrim.
Oh,
I
that's
watched
a good.
the movie.
That's a good movie.
I watched the anime on Netflix, and I'm also playing through the game.
There's a game.
Yeah, there is,
Of course. There's
and it's
fucking-
based off of a graphic novel, but I haven't read that yet. But the movie.
Can you
is
really call
awesome.
yourself a true fan then?
I guess I can't because I haven't read the source material, but it's great, honestly. Have you
the
guys
live
seen
action. The live action movie's
the
good.
movie?
You
I've
shouldn't
seen the
ask me
movie.
that. I haven't seen anything, Jake.
That's right.
The movie's
Adam,
really
you're not
good. I
here.
like it.
You have to remember.
I like the movie
I
a
am
lot.
utterly uncultured.
The weird thing is, the premise. I don't know how much the movie or the show deviates from the graphic novel, but the premise is Scott Pilgrim has to defeat.
No fucking way.
Yeah, I know. He has to defeat Ramona Flowers'
So-
7 evil exes.
So wait, was
What's up?
the character actually a pilgrim?
No, Kayla, he was not.
No, he's
No, it's
he's
Michael
a
Cera.
23-year-old dating
Like
a
23-year-old.
17-year-old
No,
girl.
no, Ramona
fuck.
is not 17.
No, I'm talking about Knives.
Knives, yes.
So
yes.
he's dating
Oh,
a girl
damn.
named Knives, And then he gets an epiphany dream about Ramona Flowers, and he's like, "Holy shit, I gotta fuck this bitch."
It's great. In
Like-
the movie, they do it justice, but in the show, you have more time with the characters. You have more time with Ramona in the show than you do in the movie. In the movie, you get more Scott, and Ramona's awesome in the show.
One thing I've noticed about Scott is he's
Yeah.
kind of a piece of shit in terms of like he's dating a 17-year-old first off, which
Yeah, that is
yuck.
pretty shitty.
No, and then he decides to cheat on her with Ramona Flowers, a girl he just fucking met.
Damn.
So it's like, brother,
Yeah.
get your
Yeah.
life on track.
That sounds like a fucked up show.
It's great. It's so good.
It's really
It's
good.
so
It's
good.
goofy as shit, but it's really funny.
Like I fell in love with it. I kept watching the show all the way through. I think I binged it in like a night, and then I watched the movie the next day. And
How many episodes are there?
I think there's 8.
Oh,
Has
okay.
anyone seen the new Aquaman?
Oh,
Have you
Oh.
seen it?
Kayla, you just committed a cardinal sin.
Oh,
Have you
fuck,
seen
I'm
it?
sorry.
No, I haven't.
Kayla wanted to see it on Valentine's
Is
Day.
it Lost Kingdom? Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom.
Something like that,
Yes.
dude. I don't fucking know. Kayla wanted to see it, and I said, "Sure, let's go see it." At first, reluctantly, because I didn't want to see it.
Did you see it?
No,
Oh.
they were fucking booked in full.
Aquaman 2 was booked.
I
Yeah.
find that hard.
Everyone
to believe.
realized that Amber Heard was no longer in it, and they were going to see the movie to celebrate.
I'm pretty sure her character was going to be in the movie more, but I think they decided to kill her off in the beginning,
I
giving
think-
birth
Ooh.
or something.
I thought she was only in it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, I think she gives birth and dies, or
I
something
think
like
in
that.
the
'cause-
original script before the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard stuff happened, she was an integral part of the movie.
she was going to be in it a lot.
but then
more.
after that, they cut her out of it, pretty much.
I'm not gonna
Fuck
lie.
her, I
I
guess.
For good
was-
reason.
I was
Yeah.
really excited about the Aquaman movie.
I mean, when you shit on someone's bed, and then they're like, "Ugh, yikes,"
My dog got stung by a bee.
and then sniffs a line of coke. Just my dog got stung by a bee.
I've only ever seen Amber Heard in the first Aquaman. And
Yeah, I
she
haven't
was
seen her in
okay.
anything.
I gotta say,
Kayla told me about a picture that she found on of her like squatting drunk as shit, taking a shit at a bus.
Amber Heard, man,
I
you gotta
remember
go. You
that.
gotta go. I guess.
in terms of movies I'm excited for, while I was at that party I went to earlier before we started this, I saw a trailer for Kung Fu Panda 4.
Yeah,
Oh, I saw that. That was good.
I am looking forward to that in the live action How to Train Your Dragon. I have confidence it'll be
Speaking of live action, the live action Avatar show comes out on Netflix on Thursday.
good. Thursday.
Is anyone going to be watching?
We were talking about that last time. I'm probably gonna watch it. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it, and then maybe we could talk about it on the podcast. Actually,
Yeah, for sure.
If we watch it.
But I did watch a lot recently.
They're taking away Sokka's like whole like misogynistic thing, which was like part of the show, you know.
Yeah,
How he
making
was
it
like,
for a
"Guys."
modern audience.
Yeah,
He was like
which
the character that pulled the whole movie together, in my opinion.
the show, yeah, Sokka was a good character because he started out as this like guys can only do this, and then after several seasons of meeting Suki, she showed him that women are kind of fucking cool too.
My favorite character was always Toph.
Toph was my favorite.
Toph
Ooh,
was pretty
Toph's a good
rad,
one.
but honestly, no. The
No?
the best character, no cap, no contest, is Uncle Iroh.
Iroh was the
Close
goated.
second.
Iroh's
for
the
me.
goat.
Close
Oh, we were
second for
talking
me.
about having good stories to share. I just thought of one that
Just
I
thought of
had
one?
2 days ago.
Okay,
Okay, so we will call her
Janice.
Lynn. We will call
Lynn.
her Lynn.
All right.
So Lynn messages me, and we have been friends since we worked together at this one place a couple years ago. And Kagan swears up and down, like, "Oh, she's not real because I never met her."
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so she
The one that wanted to, she thinks I'm quite attractive.
yes, the one that does OnlyFans.
All right, let's not toot our own horn here to like too much. All right.
I'm stroking my cock, not tooting
Let's
my
not
horn.
suck the
okay?
ghost of his dick too.
Anyways, all right.
Anyway, continue.
So what happened was she has a history of putting laxatives in her husband's
Ah, no.
drinks.
Like, she did it again.
She
Oh
fucking
my
did it again, but this was
God.
bad.
What does she just do it as like
Lord.
a prank or?
So she does it just to
Yeah.
piss him off when he does something wrong.
She says, "I'm bored. Let's go to laxatives."
Let's make him shit.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so they got into it. He was like, I want to try some things in the bed. And she was like, I don't think so. Well, why? He says, because I already do shit on OnlyFans. You want shit from me too?
That's even more incentive to do it. You've done it before.
Well-
Why
Yeah.
not just do it again?
Well, Lynn was like, all right, you want to make me mad? Let's fucking do it. So she got Miralax, and it was in, this little bottle. she accidentally poured a little too much. So when they did decide to do the shit behind the haystack, it backfired dramatically because she had accidentally forgot which coffee cup was put with the laxatives.
Did she drink it?
She did.
Oh,
Fuck, perfect. Holy
So
shit.
they have all
Karma.
the same colored mugs that she didn't know, and there's no way of telling.
Damn, karma is a bitch.
And like she ended up shitting in that bed.
Oh my god, dude! On the topic of shit,
Oh,
I've
back
had my
at
own,
it.
I've had my own fair. I've had my fair share. Of Miralax, man.
another fecal fable.
Yeah. So as a kid, I was always very constipated, and there was always one drink, one concoction that would make me shit more than any other.
Do I know what
Oh,
you're
what
talking
was
about?
it?
That
You might.
shit
This is called the brown bomb. This is what it consisted of. It had coffee, Sprite,
What the fuck?
like I think it was plum juice, and then it had Miralax in it.
a potion
Beg
of
pardon?
shit.
Fucking awful.
A
The
potion of
mouthfeel-
shit the bed.
The mouthfeel was horrid. Okay.
Why
Every
would
time
you
I had
drink
to
it?
I had to shit, Kayla. It wasn't coming out any other way. I had to.
I know that
had
did
to.
not taste
I had to
good.
brown.
No, it didn't. I had to brown, dude. I had to make brown, and it was not it. Oh, it was awful. But you know, it did the job. It made me shit.
That's all that matters, honestly.
Exactly.
You're a real one for that, homie.
R and I.
Man, I gotta think if anything interesting happened during the week.
Yeah, nothing really happened.
Yeah, it's been pretty uneventful lately.
Yeah, I just watched shit. I just
Take that,
binged.
depression.
Take that, depression.
My daughter wants to see me.
Oh, does she?
I want to know I don't have a daughter.
A daughter? I don't know. I don't have a daughter. Sounded like you gave Godfather just there. No, that's not Godfather, is it? What's you disrespect me? You
I know
disrespect
what
my
you're
family.
talking
What is
about.
that?
That sounds like
That's called the
Zootopia.
mafia.
Is that?
I don't know,
Okay,
but
but I thought
that
they
reminds
were-
me of the little fucking guy from Zootopia. You disrespect
yeah.
me on the day of my daughter's wedding
no,
and
I
bring
think-
my mother a skunk
Wait,
butt
I just had a thought.
But they were riffing on
That
something.
makes me think of Family Guy. You remember
I
that?
did
I
not
had a
care for the
thought.
Godfather.
That mouse is exactly how I feel like when you tell me my grandfather were like possibly from the mafia, like he's a mafia boss. That is exactly what I think you're comparing him to.
He gives me fucking mafia boss vibes,
Yeah.
doesn't he, Adam? You've met him.
I'm going to tell him to watch
I guess I haven't
Zootopia
met the
now.
guy.
A little bit.
No, you haven't. He gives off, to me, he gives off strong mafia vibes. Like he has
looks
money.
like he'd gift you a pair of cement shoes.
You know, he gives me Italian vibes. Honestly, he does.
He'd come behind you and pat you on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, we got some business to take care of. But this remains between you and me, right?"
I feel like if you looked at him wrong, then maybe he would, like snap his fingers and have someone come break your legs.
Someone with a baseball bat just comes
Have you
snapping.
met
on
him
your head.
before?
I don't think so. I haven't
don't
met him.
think so?
Is he your grandfather?
Grandfather.
Grandfather?
Yeah.
Your grandfather.
Adam's met him. I don't think you have.
I met him.
Austin has met him as well.
Yeah,
Austin's
Austin.
met him.
Okay, so you weren't there. I think you were busy.
That was not a crossover episode. I wasn't there.
Okay.
That crossover.
Crossover episode.
We didn't cross
I
episode this
wasn't there.
time.
I wasn't there.
But no, Adam, what is your stance on this?
On him feeling like a mafia boss?
Yeah.
I can kind of see it. I don't know. He seemed a little too sweet, but at the same time, that those tend to be the most unhinged
Yeah.
human beings are the ones that seem the nicest.
Honestly,
So once his temper
he's,
straps, he goes,
Honestly, my grandfather is the sweetest man you'll ever
He pulls
meet.
out the 2 grenades. Ah! And just explodes.
When they
Honestly,
stopped selling breakfast like
"You
5
fucked
minutes
up
ago.
my porch!" Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, he's great. I love him.
No, he's a cool guy. I feel like he likes me. I can't tell, but
Maybe, maybe not.
maybe not. No, but I seriously
around,
feel like
find
if
out,
I
man.
fuck up one day, he's just gonna like what Adam said, just or
Adam.
Jake,
Jake said.
whatever Jake said. I've had a
know,
little bit
I
of
knew, though.
alcohol, so I'm a little bleh.
Yeah, as I was say,
okay.
yeah, we're
We
a
should do
little,
some
we're a little,
drunk
we're a little buzzed for
history
this
How many
episode,
fingers
dear
am I holding
listeners.
up?
4.
17!
That's wrong.
No, it's not.
That's exactly 3.
I'm looking right at you,
I'm
fucker.
gaslighting you.
No,
This is not 4, Kagan.
No.
Adam, how many is this?
That's 3.
See?
That's 3,
That's
bro.
3.
You're
It's-
fucking nuts.
No, it's 4. You fucking.
ah, fuck.
Yeah, we're a little bit intoxicated for this episode. I'm
Nuh-uh.
sure. Just a little.
No.
Yeah.
We're alcohol. Welcome to the alcoholism episode.
Where we're all acting like alcoholics.
No.
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 I'm gonna
You're
get.
banned.
I'm gonna get this out of the way. Has Been Hotel. New show came out on Prime Video.
Oh, fuck.
It's awful.
Me, Kayla, and Adam have
kidding.
watched it. Jake's watched a little bit of it.
It's fine.
Who said it was awful?
Not me.
I will find
Continue.
someone.
Who would have said
Jake's-
that?
So
I'm
I
fine
don't
with
know.
it.
Maybe I'm
overall,
fucking crazy.
overall, the
Fine.
plot is Lucifer's daughter wants to open a hotel in hell.
She
to-
did. She did.
I'm explaining the plot. Will you let me do my
She
thing?
did open a hotel in hell.
She opens a hotel in hell with the idea to rehabilitate sinners and send them to heaven.
I don't like how you're explaining it.
Rehabilitate.
Be human, not a fucking
Rehabilitate.
robot.
Rehabilitate. And it doesn't really work. So she's like going to meet like angels in heaven, and she meets Adam, the first man, who's just a fucking he's based. That's all I gotta say. He's a based man.
Listen, he's trying. He's got the ego of being the first man.
He's literally
Men have
like
that
picture
complex,
perfect toxic masculinity,
apparently.
but he's also extremely entertaining.
It's
I'm the
toxic
fucking
masculinity to the point
man.
where you're like, yeah, it's kind of funny.
He's
to
like
see him
your
on
your
screen.
typical like college frat boy dude, bro.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of it, but from what I have seen, I enjoy it.
I will
It's
say
okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of musicals. Like honestly, it kind of breaks the pacing for
Same.
me whenever like the story's just playing out and then they randomly break into song.
Are you talking about any musical?
Just in general.
Yeah, just in general.
Like I haven't watched many musicals, but
Yeah.
like any like Disney musicals or anything like that, it just kind of sometimes it breaks the pacing for me.
Yeah, I understand.
It
that.
can
makes
be
me wanna
done. It,
crush a soda
it
can.
can be done well though.
Have you heard of a movie called Tick Tick Boom?
No.
It's got
No.
Andrew Garfield in it. It's on Netflix. It is a musical and it's great.
Fair.
Like it works.
I was about to say some of the songs in Has Been Hotel I find kind of cringe, but a lot of them
Yeah.
are certified
Okay,
bangers.
so
Yeah.
I will say the
Loser
first
Baby is one of the best ones.
in I don't know.
It's one. I said one of the best,
Oh,
not the
man.
best. One of the best.
Okay, so I will say the first one, Adam. I didn't feel like that one was necessary.
Which,
like if they
the
cut
very
that out,
first one?
yeah,
Like
I
Happy
would
Day and
not
Happy Day in
miss
Hell?
it.
Yeah.
That is not my favorite, and I honestly just I don't vibe with it. But the rest of them, except for maybe the last one, where they're like, "We can do it." Like, let's fucking
That one's
build
kinda
it.
cringe.
It turned into
That
a
one's kind
conto.
of like,
So,
I don't know how I feel about
a
it.
little spoiler warning. One of the main characters, Sir Pinchas, he goes to fire a death ray at Adam.
No, don't go give it a spoiler alert.
No, it's too early. It hasn't been out long enough to really do spoilers.
And
Hasn't been out long enough.
I'm
to do
giving a
spoilers.
spoiler word. Fuck you if you haven't seen it.
Wow. Bold claim,
Jake,
sir.
bleep
Bold.
everything he's about to say out.
No, don't
I'll
bleep
just,
everything.
I'll put all of our channels in except for his.
Okay.
I'm okay with this.
Listen, it's too soon. It's too
not
soon.
too soon.
The show just came out like a week or
That's
two.
why I'm
ago.
saying spoiler warning.
It's too soon. Give
Let
it a
him say
little
what
bit
he
longer.
needs to say, and I may or may not put it in.
A character dies fighting Adam, and
You done spoiled it.
after they let me finish.
Just let him finish.
after the big battle's over and everything, they see like his banner saying, you know, "Welcome to the hotel," and they immediately just break out into song, and it fucking
It starts with like his sacrifice. He did it for us, and it's
Okay,
like
that
then they're just like
that was
cringe.
fucking
then they're just like,
cringe, and I
"We
will
can
admit
do
that.
it," and it gets.
I
it
will
just-
say Lucifer's part and Alistair's I fucking vibe with though.
Yeah, like see that the thing about that last song is the first half is kind of cringe, and then once the
Yeah.
song kind of picks up and gets to the second half, that's where it kind of gets good. But
Yeah.
that first section of them singing about like his sacrifice, and then them all coming up to Charlie and being, "We can do that," like that
Yeah,
part
that
is
part's
cringe as
cringe.
fuck. And then after that, the song gets okay.
Yeah,
So,
a lot
like,
of
when
the
Lucifer-
songs are hit or miss. I've
Yeah.
noticed.
A lot of them are hits. Like I like
Yeah.
I'd say most of the songs.
Poison's a good one.
Poison's really good. Both songs from that episode,
Hell's
Poison and
Greatest
Lucy
Dad,
Baby.
Fucking episode 5.
Hell's
total
Greatest Dad hits.
headbanger.
More Than Anything was pretty good. I cringed a little bit, but More Than Anything was okay.
It was
Isn't
sweet.
anything- Is that the one?
That's
It
the
was-
one
it
in
was
the same
Lucifer
episode
swinging
of
to
Hell's
Charlie.
Greatest Dad.
Okay, that was
That
one
one
of my
was
favorites.
that one was pretty good. Like I liked it. I cringed a little bit, but I liked it overall.
But it was
Uh,
sweet. It was
I
like a
like,
father daughter bond.
I really liked Ready for This, the one in the 6th episode or 7th episode, whenever they meet Rosie at
Oh.
the end when Charlie's singing to all the
Oh, that
cannibals.
one where she's like,
I liked
I'm
that
going
one.
to explain my hotel.
Yeah, I liked that
Okay,
one. That one
yeah.
was pretty good.
Out for Love was cringe.
I
Out
like
for
when
Love
she's
kinda
like,
made me
they're
cringe,
a
though.
little murdery, and Rosie's like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, they're
See, I
fucking
like that
cannibals.
song, but I don't like all of them.
Yeah,
I like all of them, but the two I listed, the beginning and the end. Like that last one, I vibe with Lucifer. I kind of got a thing for him, anyways. But it was pretty cringy.
She loves them short autistic men. Yeah,
I
that's why
will
she's
say-
dating me.
Man, that's why I'm dating yo ass.
I will say anything that Alistair is a part of is a banger because
That
he
is
just
true.
his vibe just kind of fits.
I don't
Well,
know.
like on top of that, he talks about his deal. Just
Yeah.
the tiniest bit.
I don't know much about the lore of the show, but I was going to ask this the other day while you guys were watching it. But why does Alistair have like a radio voice? And nobody
It's just
else
kind of
does?
his thing. He's
it's
the,
just
he's
like
the
a-
radio
He
demon.
died in the 1940s, and he was like a talk show host along with a serial killer. And
That's pretty cool.
when he was a human, and then he was out in the woods, and this is like confirmed canon by the creator of the show, and he was shot in the head because someone mistaked him for a deer. That's why he also has like a deer aesthetic and antlers and stuff. But he has that voice because of like the time frame, like the time period of like.
Yeah.
cool.
And
Now-
he does put it on. Like I'm sure you can. Sometimes that voice kind of goes away.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been said that like if he's being more sincere whenever he talks, he kind of cuts away the radio
Yeah.
voice.
What I've heard is it's only when he's telling the truth that he like
Yeah.
that his voice like straightens out to normal, or
Yeah.
like when
or
he's,
whenever at the end when he's
Well,
fighting
I don't
Adam and
think
his
that
fucking
one's
thing breaks.
necessarily-
he just goes, "What just happened?"
I don't think I necessarily agree with that.
Well, that's just a theory.
That's
It's
just
not
a,
like
it's a
confirmed.
theory that like a lot of people have been
That's
looking
just
I
at.
would
a
love to hear a
theory.
theory on why he's always smiling.
Again.
He kind of explains that to Charlie. He just kind of smiles because it's a useful tool.
He explains
Yes,
that
but, like-
it keeps your enemies guessing, and it shows that you're always in control.
But he's always smiling, like even when he's not around people.
Yeah,
So I
think-
just think that's a little strange.
he just doesn't stop.
One theory I've seen, because whenever he makes the deal with Charlie, if you look at his face, his mouth looks like sewn open into a smile. So I feel like that might be a part of his deal. But I also feel like, I think I read this a while ago, like when the pilot was out, was he does it because he believes that if you're not smiling, you're considered weak in his eyes. So he's always smiling to exude that he's like the strongest person in the room.
Listen here, you're never fully dressed without one.
I think that's also a
Little
reason
smile.
is because the creator, when she created him, she was like, "Yeah, I like that vibe. Get that vibe."
Just wait, there will be an episode where shit gets so real that he stops smiling and everyone's gonna be like,
I would love to see that, honestly. I would love to see Charlie's second transformation. There is some talk going around saying, like, her first one in the show was just the minor one. Like, there's another level, and I would just love to fucking see it.
damn, Has Been Hotel lore goes deep.
It does, it does. It's awesome.
Have you watched Hell of a Boss?
I have not, but I did plan on starting tonight before I went to sleep.
Hell of a Boss is pretty good. It has less musicals. There's some singing every now and then, but it's more like.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched Hell of a Boss.
I'm also unfamiliar with this show.
It's got Brandon Rogers in it, a
I love
fucking
Brandon
great
Yeah.
YouTuber.
Rogers.
He's funny.
Rogers.
He's funny as shit, dude.
Yeah,
I
he
love
is.
him
He's
so
funny.
much.
He's also in Has Been.
Yeah.
He's the voice of the
Katie
newscasters.
Killjoy.
Oh, she was. He's not in it much, is he?
No,
Now,
That's
Adam,
unfortunate.
He's one of the
mistake me
main
if I'm
characters
wrong,
in Hell of a Boss, but
But my best friend had just showed me about that show. That's the one on YouTube, right?
Brandon Rogers.
No, the Hell's a Boss.
Hell of a boss.
Hell of a Boss, my bad.
What do you
You
mean?
good?
There's like a series where it's on YouTube. They're in Has Been Hotel with them. Like there's two husband and wife, and then there's like another boss. Like the husband and wife work for them.
that's Hell of a Boss.
Okay, is that the one?
Is Hell of a Boss a YouTube series?
Yes.
Did I
Okay.
say your
I didn't know
name
that.
is?
I didn't know if it was a YouTube series or if it was like an actual show as
They
well.
they work
that
for
the
a
right
company
one?
called IMP, which is the Immediate Murder Professionals, where they basically accept contracts to kill people in the human world.
Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't put much input of my input into this conversation
I don't-
because I don't.
I have very middle of the road knowledge
Yeah.
on Has Been Hotel.
and
So,
I probably have less.
I
than you
recommend
do.
at least watching it once.
It's good.
You know, I've watched it at least 3 times because of Kayla. She plays
Yeah.
that show on fucking repeat.
See,
So I've watched it at least 4 or 5 times.
one of the
but
things I like, one of the reasons I like it so much specifically is just because the art design. The art design is really cool.
Yeah, I
Like
will
all the
say art
characters,
is
all the
cool.
characters are unique,
Yeah,
and yeah, I like it.
and
They
it's an
all-
interesting.
What the
premise.
fuck are we talking about, bitches?
the
Uh,
art style of
Yeah,
Has
that's
Been
like the main
Hotel.
thing that catches my eye about Has Been Hotel and makes me like it as much as I do is just because the art design is so good.
It is quite good.
I do think the swearing gets overused.
I disagree.
It can get kind of annoying. Yeah, like it is a bit just wearing whenever they drop a fuck every other sentence.
and you're like,
I
okay,
guess
that was
I'm
funny.
into swearing more like that.
No,
than anything.
I'm into swearing. I love when they use swearing as comedy. I think it's funny, but there's such thing as an overuse. Like,
Yeah, it's just a bit.
Yeah.
It's just a bit excessive.
You're in overuse.
It's like it's not. It's not anything deal breaking. It's just
it's like
Right.
that one sentence didn't need a fuck or a cunt in it. Like it could have gone without that.
it was pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah,
though.
I think I agree with you, Kagan. It's a difference if you're using a curse word for like emotion, but if it's like a filler word, it can be excessive. Like you
I know
said.
that's
So
rich
if-
coming from us. We
What
swear a
would
lot.
Right.
you
but-
suggest
Right.
if you didn't like that?
I
as a
did as I
filler
was
word?
explaining how excessive the
What
swearing
would y'all
was.
suggest they would use for a filler word?
I mean, I don't
Just
know. It's
opinions.
just
It's already established as like an adult cartoon, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
But like, what would you prefer of like hearing instead of curse words as a filler?
I haven't seen the show enough to know, but from what I've heard, from what I've seen, they don't cuss as much as you're saying they do.
I agree with that.
I think
But that's
Adam
just me.
cusses the most.
Yeah. Well, Adam's the fucking man, bro.
He's the
He
fucking
has
dick
earned-
master.
Yeah.
The Dick Master.
Yeah.
You
in-
can just call me the
I
dick
know-
master. It's fine.
So I know in Hell of a Boss they swear way more in Hell of a Boss than they do in
Yeah.
Has Been Hotel.
It would be off-putting if it was like every other word. You know?
It's in Hell of a Boss. It's pretty much
It
every
is,
other
yeah.
word.
I'll tell
It's
you
like
what,
every other word
I get that.
they swear, but like in Has Been Hotel, you'll hear a fuck or a shit every now and then, but it's not like they say fuck 4 times in a row because haha funny.
I
What-
don't know. You got to use it in moderation because,
Yeah.
like,
What
if
is Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say like in like I think it's PG-13 movies, you're only allowed to have 2 fucks.
I think it's 1, isn't it?
It's 1 or 2. I can't remember, but
Because I know in Guardians 3,
you got to
Star-
use it right.
Star
though.
Lord's like, oh,
Open the fucking
Nova's
door.
like, what
Yeah.
do I do? And he goes, open the fucking door.
Yeah, it has to be used correctly. You know,
It can
I'm
hit.
sorry, I had
like
pretty
to.
good.
okay, so Guardians 3, the use of fuck was good in my opinion.
Yeah.
The use of fuck in Venom was awful. Tom Hardy's Venom, the first one.
Did he say
He
fucking?
said, "Let's save the fucking world," and I was like, "Dude, that's cringy.
Oh.
Why?
Damn.
Why?"
We're just
So it just depends on how it's used.
Bro,
Okay.
Swearing is an art form.
So
It
what
is.
is our feelings on the lieutenant?
Lieutenant?
Lieutenant
You mean Loot?
Lou.
Yeah.
What?
Her.
I
I
think
know a
she's-
lot of people are like hitting on her.
Who?
Because
What?
she's hot under her mask.
Who are you talking about? Are we
Another
talking about
character from Has Been.
This
Okay.
is Adam's
Right-hand
lieutenant,
angel.
right-hand man.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Her
about.
name's
Okay.
Loot.
Yep.
But
A lot of people like her.
she's hot under her mask, which I know that's saying a lot because it's fucking lines, but like
It's
they
lines.
they didn't have to draw her to look so.
Listen, we
Appealing.
like hentai in this household.
Dude, hentai goes hard sometimes.
I
But
will say Ramona Flowers in the anime. You spend so much time with Ramona in the anime. It's fucking great. Her character is great. It's
Listen.
more fleshed out. It's awesome because the whole purpose of the plot is Scott has to defeat Ramona's 7 evil exes.
Yeah, and
but
one of them's
in the
Chris
show,
Evans.
Ramona reconciles with all of them
I feel
almost.
like I need to watch this.
But in the movie, Scott actually defeats them and they die. So it's such a great change of pace that in the show, Ramona has like deep heart-to-heart conversations with their exes, and it's much more personal. You know,
yeah,
like the movie is great fun, but
I gotta
the
say,
show's
you know,
great.
lines being appealing, like it's just a thing. Like think Sam from Danny Phantom, Gwen
Fuck.
from Total Drama Island,
that has forged my
Okay,
interest
hold
in
on,
women
hold on.
today.
No
Goth.
one is
Raven from the
talking.
old Teen Titans show.
Fuck! What were you saying, Kayla?
None. Adam just done said it.
Or what was the villain in Kim Possible?
Shago.
Oh yes.
Oh, hey, okay.
Oh yes.
I am a straight person, but I will say she was drawn very nicely.
Right.
Yeah,
Right?
it's like some of these characters you don't need to draw to make that attractive. Like, yes, they're just lines. They aren't real characters. I understand that. She's never gonna fuck me. I've reconciled with that.
I
but
just-
It's
they,
not real.
They didn't need to make her that fucking hot.
I watch Total Drama Island and I look at Glenn. I look at Gwen.
Hey, Glenn.
Yeah, I
How's
look
it
at
going?
I look at Gwen and I'm
Giggity.
like, those are the most voluptuous childbearing hips
Good
I've
God, dude.
seen
I want you
ever.
to I want you to keep in mind that she is 16.
Is she?
Yes.
Oh.
Ah!
I
But also-
retract my previous
No,
statement.
no,
mean,
but
it is
also
called Total
she's
Drama
lying. She's
Island.
not real.
You're like, I apologize for my outburst.
I apologize for my outburst. She's not real. Of age, of course.
Fuck,
Of
what-
age,
I'm
of
trying to
course.
remember what
Wait,
was the
but, I
shit
mean,
that
if you were
was-
interested in her back
you were
then, when
younger,
you
you're
were
fine.
around that age, you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, when the show came out, she was 16. How long's it been?
It's been a long time, bro.
Yeah, she's not 16 anymore.
so
Yeah, she's fucking aged.
Yeah, she's probably like what, 30 almost.
Cartoon characters don't age most of the time. Timmy Turner, there's a reason for that. Did you
He's
guys know
still-
that?
I did
He
not.
wished to stay the same age and to
Oh,
keep his fairy godparents.
Yeah, and then
Aw.
Jorgen
Yeah.
von Stringer was like, "How long ago did you make that wish?" He's like, 60 years
60
ago.
years ago. Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
cool. Yeah, they
Damn.
actually have a reason for it.
Damn, Fairly Odd Parents lore.
Yeah, right.
Dude, some of the lore, and they be having the most nonsensical shit, and then they'll just have. Oh.
Can any one of you tell me the plot of regular show?
So get this right.
Oh, that's gonna be a
There are
fucking good one.
anthropomorphic animals. They
Right.
talk. They live
Name
like people.
Rigber and Morta.
Morda.
Okay.
Every time I see a blue
I don't
jay,
like how
I'm,
you
I'm
said
disappointed
that.
it doesn't go.
Whoa!
Named Mortimer and Rigmar.
Okay, but can we talk about Pops and how he seemed very sweet and innocent, but really he was fucking nuts.
Yeah, Pops was insane, dude.
I liked how Skips was immortal, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was
can't
immortal?
die.
Dude,
Yes.
Skips had the most
was immortal.
tragic
And-
backstory.
And he's voiced by Mark fucking Hamill. That's great.
Mark Hamill's great.
is
I have
Awesome.
no idea who that is.
plays
Luke
Luke
Skywalker
Skywalker
in the original Star Wars movies.
He also
Luke
voices-
is the one that like
Oh.
turned to Dark Vader.
Oh my
No,
god.
Dark-
That's Anakin. That's
Anakin.
Luke's dad.
Oh, okay, Luke,
Yeah.
Luke. Oh,
Green
that lady's
lightsaber.
sister.
He also voices Joker.
He also voices Joker in a lot of games. He
Like
voiced
the Arkham
he
games?
voiced Fire Lord Ozai in the Avatar: The Last Airbender
he did.
show.
He did, yeah.
Oh, let me bring up a new topic, boys. The Last of Us Part 1 and 2.
Oh, don't.
We've talked about this before.
We talked about Last of Us 2 last time.
Jake's
Did
a big
you?
fan.
I fucking love it. It's my favorite game.
Jake is the one who got me into it, and honestly, that shit is a banger.
I
Mid.
love The Last of Us 1. Love it dearly.
Craig and I will
I love
both of them.
everything about
Freddy Five Bear jump over this table.
I love everything about the first Last of Us. The Last of Us 2, I just couldn't do it.
Okay, the only complaint about The Last of Us 2 is that I feel like Ellie did not beat the shit out of
She
Abby
shoulda
enough.
killed
She
Abby.
should have killed her.
So originally the devs,
Bit a finger.
I saw a thing. No,
that
Abby,
is not
Abby
good
built-
enough.
Abby bit Ellie's fingers off. Remember?
Never mind. I think that's right.
Abby just got stabbed in the fucking shoulder. That was it.
You're right.
Okay, yeah, that sounds...
No, so originally
Right.
the devs planned on you killing Abby as Ellie. They even had a cutscene in it, but then they were like, but like that's not what Joel would want Abby to do, and it's like fuck that.
That's not what
Abby needs to die. She's a bitch. She needs to die. Fuck
Wait,
her.
did you say
Okay,
that
so
wrong?
He
I
did.
would like to say something
say?
due to
He
I
said
do
that's
know
not what Joel would want
someone-
Abby to do.
That's not what. That's not what Joel would want Ellie to do.
I would
Yeah.
like to clarify
Kayla?
something because I know someone in this room feels differently. Joel was a good guy.
No, he
Oh,
wasn't.
No, he was
an
not.
He
awful
was a
person.
good guy.
He was
Kayla,
an awful
he was a
person.
Great, he was a great
Don't look at me
character.
like that.
He was a fantastic
Kayla,
character.
he
He
was
was,
a
a
great-
very bad person, though.
A great character, but,
But
he was
he-
a very flawed person.
That's the
Okay,
whole point.
but-
That was the
like-
whole point of it.
I don't know. I feel like he was doing the wrong things for the right reason. Lawful good.
Right.
He was doing the
He's more like
Is it
chaotic
lawful
good.
good?
But
Oh, chaotic good. All
Yeah.
right, all right.
But
like. Yes, he wanted to
was not
save.
a good person.
He wanted to save Ellie, but he chose to save Ellie over.
over saving humanity, possibly.
Yeah.
Which I get it. Like
that was
in
like
that
his
moment,
daughter.
here's the deal. In that moment, you know that he's making the wrong decision,
I disagree.
but you
But
can
you're
at
rooting
least
for
look
it.
at him
You're
and
like-
say, "I get it.
yeah,
I get it. I
Yes, you-
completely understand."
Yeah,
It-
you've
so
done
if-
this journey with both
Objectively,
of them, and
he
you're
was
like, I
making the
understand.
wrong decision, but you get why he made that decision.
I just can't. I can't see him as a bad guy. I see him as a good guy
Well,
because,
people
like,
That's
love
because you're a
Joel.
bleeding heart.
I do. I do have one. That is my flaw.
Okay.
That is my flaw.
I would like to put in my 2 cents
All
What's
right,
up?
go ahead.
on The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
Part 2 specifically.
On
okay.
part 2, which scene of part
All right.
2?
The whole thing.
All
Oh,
right.
okay. All right, go ahead. Lay
The
it on
whole
me.
thing. Okay.
The whole thing.
May we interject?
Fuck it, we ball.
We
Possibly,
won't.
but
We
this is just my standard like opinion.
won't. Okay, go ahead.
So, The Last of Us Part 1. Love it. Love it dearly. Love that game.
Wait,
So
rate
good.
it 1 through 5.
1 through 5?
Yeah.
I'd say let's do 1 through 10.
All right.
Rating The Last of Us Part 1, 1 through 10, I'd give it a solid 9. If not a 9.5.
All right, now what are we rating part 2?
Part 2, I'd give it like a 5. Maybe a 4.
Jake
Is it still one
Jake is
through-
tweaking.
Seething.
Wait, are you still doing 1 through 10?
Yes.
Yes!
All right.
Oh,
Go
man.
ahead. Continue.
So, here's the deal. Part 1, almost perfect. Like, I loved the story, fantastic. The gameplay towards the end, like, there was some nice progression, but it started to, it kind of plateaued a little early for me, but it wasn't enough to ruin enjoyment. The Last of Us Part 2, though, is an absolute slogfest. Here's the deal.
chest.
The gameplay is so
heart.
I'm not talking gameplay. The gameplay was refined to like true greatness. The gameplay is great. And the graphical fidelity, fantastic. The only problem that I have with The Last of Us Part 2 all come from the story. And the way that it progresses and some of the things that happen. And it's just the story is what makes it a slogfest. Because it's nothing but just awful depression,
Yes, yeah.
fucking just the whole time. It's how long's the game?
It is like 8 hours
I was
long.
gonna say
No, in terms of the main story, I think it's longer.
It's 20. It took me 25 hours to beat.
Because it's
in completion.
I remember people like saying that they played the game, and it's like, I'll be completely honest with you, I couldn't finish the game.
Really?
Oh,
I couldn't.
really?
I could
Wow.
not finish
Wait,
it.
so how far could you get?
Where'd you stop?
It's been so long. Like I played it like not long after it came out.
Can I say, and you guys can cut me out?
Yeah, go ahead.
You stopped around the time where you were in the. There was a boat, and you were about to take. The
Oh
boat to
fuck! I know what
something,
she's
like the
talking
last-
about.
Then what's her face showed up, and they were fighting.
That's
the
literally
last-
like the
That's
end of the
literally the
game.
end.
That's it.
That's not where I stopped.
That is where you stopped. I watched you play the whole game.
No.
So, Kayla,
Yes.
And
Adam, do you have more? Because I had a question.
A marital dispute.
Yeah.
I'm about to go down.
Uh-oh.
Oh fuck.
We're gonna have to get a divorce, Adam.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get that far. Not into The Last of Us Part 2. But I did have to stop. I don't remember exactly where. But the game was just so, I don't know, it was just such a emotional and mental just bog that I was wading through.
Damn.
It was just absolutely, I did not want to continue. And I've heard a lot of people talk about it. Like if they did continue it, they get to a certain point where there's still like 4 hours left in the game, and they're like, when are the credits
It's
happening?
still going?
It's like
Yeah.
it's still happening.
No,
like
I-
what the fuck?
I understand, but I established in the last media episode that I love that kind of media. So for me, I felt like the story was a perfect length, and I just loved that kind of storytelling. Because weirdly enough, whenever I was going through a depressive episode, I played Majora's Mask. And if you know anything about that, that is a depressing fucking game, and it helped me. So I don't know, playing through The Last of Us Part 2. It was nice. I enjoyed every bit.
I also didn't like the greater message.
Speaking
Yeah.
of,
It's
I
like you
understand.
get to the end, and it's like, oh shit, it's
Revenge
just a
bad.
lame
Yeah,
revenge
yeah.
bad message. Like that's so fucking lame.
I will admit the end was completely lame, and I think that it was kind of saddening.
yeah, Kayla was quite upset that you couldn't kill Abby. She was fucking.
I'm pretty sure
See,
I
that's
like
another-
got up
I have
and
a question.
screamed.
That's another thing. Why couldn't they have given player
a choice. Yes, I was about to
the
say,
end.
do you think there should have been a choice?
Do they have to hold your hand through the whole story?
Right,
Like, why not have a
right.
couple of points where you could make key decisions that would influence the outcome of the story?
That would have been
That
nice.
would make the game so much better.
I like games like that because it gives it not only that, like it gives it replayability. So it's like, oh, I didn't choose this
Like-
decision one time. I'll choose this decision
Yeah.
this time and see how it goes.
Like, yes, having a linear story can be fun. Naughty Dog has showed us that before. The Uncharted games are just linear stories, no player choice. You just play through the story like a movie, and it's fun.
Right, right.
Because it's an action.
It's-
It's a funny,
it's good.
zany action
no
movie.
nonsense kind of.
It's just an action movie that you're playing, and there's no player choice in it. You know, the end's always going to be the same, but it's a fun ride. You know.
Yeah.
But and that can work, but for The Last of Us Part 2, especially just that last thing, they should have given players the choice as to whether or not they killed Abby.
I agree. I think I really enjoyed the refined gameplay, as you were mentioning.
Yeah, none of my complaints levied are towards the gameplay. The
Yeah,
gameplay
yeah.
is just Last of Us 1, but even better.
I definitely like. I'm not coming from the standpoint as like it's great, it's perfect, nothing's wrong with it, because I do see the flaws in the story, and I do see how people would feel the way that they do towards it, you know. But I personally just really liked locations and gameplay.
I think Naughty Dog already said they aren't making a third Last
They
of Us game.
are. They are actually.
I thought they said they
Oh
weren't.
fuck! Seriously?
Neil Druckmann, the director of the game, said that there is more story to tell there,
I thought they.
and they canceled the multiplayer game.
I thought they already fucking said they aren't making a
Oh,
third one though.
I think he backtracked. They were gonna make a multiplayer game, but it's like a factions game, but that got canceled.
Yeah.
It was gonna be a story-driven factions multiplayer game, but it got scrapped.
We were
Now-
talking about
Almost-
we were talking about long stories. I know I brought this up in the last media one, but Ghost of Tsushima. There's so many points in that game
Sorry.
where it could have fucking ended, but it just kept going. And I love the game. It was a great game, great combat. But the story, it was like, dude, this story could have ended like
And again,
5 missions
that's
ago.
that's the
something-
worst thing. Like whenever
when
you're
you
playing
have
a
a
game.
single player story,
Yeah.
that's the last thing you want. Because
Because-
for players to be sitting there being like, when is this gonna fucking
Right,
end?
'cause you
And
can
it
play
wasn't
it
because
and
the
love it.
story. It wasn't because the story was bad. It was just like, okay, this could have wrapped up like 5 missions ago.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. That's the
I-
problem with side
It's like when a
quests.
show keeps making new seasons when it should have ended on like season 3.
On God, dude.
I would like to say something.
what's
What's
up?
up?
Going back to The Last of Us, how did we feel about the TV show? Because that's how I started out.
I,
Like
haven't- I
I
haven't watched
the
the
show.
TV show.
I thought
but
the
I've
TV
heard
show was
I've
great
seen
things.
it. I have seen it. Adam hasn't. Kagan has.
I've heard great
Kayla
things.
has.
I've
It's-
heard that it's
It is
fantastic.
really good.
It's
It's
really
very
good.
good.
Pedro Pascal did a great job as Joel. Bella Ramsey, is that
Yes,
her name?
yes,
She
that's
did
her
a good job as Ellie, even
She
though
was
people
in
said
Game
she
of
was.
Thrones.
She was.
Even though people said
So
she
was-
looked like a
so was
gremlin,
Pedro.
but
I've seen a lot of people like
Oh yeah, it was that fight scene against what was his name? The,
The
Mountain.
Mountain.
his name
Yeah.
was Oberyn Martell.
No,
yeah.
but Bella Ramsey played.
She was like
what's
a
her name?
little.
She was
like,
a little queen.
She
I
Yeah.
can't remember.
She was part of the Mormont family. So
Yes.
Jorah's
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jorah's family.
But I can't. I think it's funny that both of them came from that show.
I do
They're
think
both
it's
there.
pretty cool. They talk
Yeah.
about their history in that show and how they didn't watch that show.
I have seen a lot of comparison of people drawing direct comparison from the Last of Us TV show to the Halo TV show and being
Oh,
like,
really?
see what happens.
Oh,
yeah, like see
yes.
what happens whenever you faithfully adapt the source material and don't try and make
Dude.
stupid fucking decisions. This is what happens.
True.
You get a great show, not this fucking dumpster fire Halo.
Like,
That's not Halo.
So like the Last of Us
Yeah.
TV show made some adaptations, but they worked. Like
Yes, they did. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like Frank or Bill, whatever his name was.
Frank.
Frank.
And Bill.
Yeah,
Frank
I'm
and
pretty
Bill.
sure in the game it doesn't expressly say that they were a gay couple,
It's
but it
in
like
a-
hints at
it's
it.
very
It's in a
heavily
note.
implied.
Yeah, it's in a note that you can read.
Yeah, I will say
Yeah.
it's very heavily
Yes.
implied.
But in the episode, it delves more into that relationship, and that was probably one of my favorite
It is so
episodes.
good. It is
It's
so
such
They
a good
are a
episode.
beautiful
way-
gay couple.
good. The
It was
way-
it was so sad at the end though, because
It was, yeah.
like I
was it
dead
faithful
ass-
to the game in terms of what happened?
No,
it
No.
wasn't.
But it
It's-
worked.
It works. Like
tell you
Kagan says,
what.
they changed some things, but they work.
It's
the
okay to
strawberry
take
part.
It's okay to
Strawberries,
take
yeah.
creative liberties whenever you're making some kind of adaptation of a source material. It's okay to take creative liberties to kind of make it your own, as long as they
Yeah.
kind of make sense.
Right.
So
Within,
like
yeah.
because I'm pretty sure in the game after when you go to Bill's house, he's not there, isn't he? He's like he's
What?
gone. Bill,
Uh,
isn't he the
I think-
survivalist one?
In the game,
yes,
Bill,
he
Bill
is.
was the
I
one
don't
that was
think-
there. I think
When you
Frank's
go
the
there,
one
he
who
isn't
died.
there, is he?
I think he is because Joel's like, I have a guy I can call in a favor from, and then they go to his. I think you go to the gym, the high school gym first. I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because Kayla had me help her
talking
on
about
that
in the
part
game?
where you're
Yeah,
hanging.
because
Yes,
that
where you
shit was
meet Bill.
fucking
you meet Bill
difficult.
first.
You meet Bill first, and then you go
You
to the
meet
gym.
Bill first, and then you go to the gym with him. To
Okay.
get
Yes.
something.
Yes.
And at some
That's
point,
when you
you go
encounter your
past a
first
couple
bloater.
gardens, and then you go to the house.
Dude,
And
the
you
way-
see himself hang himself.
The way that they did the bloater in the show is, I loved it so much because they have a character in the show, and by the way, some of the characters in the game are played by the original voice actors for the game.
So like Troy Baker, the guy that plays Joel, he's in it
He's
as
in
a
it, yeah.
character. He's not. He doesn't play Joel, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's just some other character. But
That's pretty dope.
So they have characters like that, but whenever they introduce the bloater, it's towards the end of I think like the 5th or 6th episode, I can't remember, but they do this shot where the infected just like abrupt from the fucking ground. It's great, and
It was from
the
like
You're
a-
bloater-
talking about that town.
it was
Yeah,
from
and
like
the-
an on fire house.
and the bloater comes up. There's just one of them, but it looks so fucking good. And he grabs, you know how in the game when you die as Joel from a bloater, there's one death scene that you can get where the bloater rips Joel's
his face apart.
face apart.
Like,
The bloater does that in the show, but it's blurred in the background, but you can see what he's doing, and it's so fucking good.
I'll
The
tell you
bloaters
what.
in the game are so fucking scary, dude.
they are.
I will tell you
They're
what.
terrifying.
Same
I
with the
would
Rat
love
King.
how they do
Yeah.
the Rat King, and honestly,
And
the
The Last
most
of Us 2. Yes.
yes, and I will tell you my most disliked characters in the show are
On
Sam
the show.
and the other brother.
Oh,
the-
you didn't like Sam and Henry?
No, only because Henry. I think it was Henry who was the adult. He
Mm-hmm.
just seemed like a total dick, and I didn't vibe with him. But the little kid, okay, it was totally okay. But I think how he died was really
Oh, yeah.
depressing, and
Yeah.
I think he deserved a better death.
A better death? I think it was pretty faithful to the game, was it not?
I think it was.
He gets bit in the underground bunker.
He doesn't tell anyone.
Yes, because
doesn't tell
in the
anyone.
game he was like, I had
Well,
to
in
like
this-
kill them.
In the show, he tells Ellie. I don't know if I haven't played the first game, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't.
I did.
In the show, he
I
tells
don't
Ellie.
think he tells anybody in the game either.
But in the show, he tells Ellie, and then Ellie's like, "Oh, it's okay." And then the next morning, she sees him, and he attacks him, and they're like, "Ah."
Yeah, I
I
remember
just
that.
feel like as a child, like that's not the way you should die. I feel like you should at least have like a quick death.
But
Not
if you're-
something that
it's-
takes
I
fucking
think they
forever.
were showing the brutality
Yeah, the
of
whole
their
premise
situation.
of the entire Last of Us story is just like humanity at its worst and like the pure brutality of a situation like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up, but that's like the point. Is what I'd always pictured, like seen it as.
Yeah.
It's like it's really dark and fucked up and depressing, but that's the whole point. Like that's just how
Right.
it is, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Oh.
I get where you're coming from, though, Caleb.
Well, someone explain to me what the fuck's going on with Fortnite. Like they have changed everything since like fucking months ago when I played.
I don't know anything.
What do you mean? Like,
I know that Fortnite's basically
Fortnite
like
Battle
a whole
Pass.
different game now.
I play it.
I
out
went
my
to, I went to
ass.
play with a friend. We will call that friend
Franklin.
George.
Billy Bob.
George and I were going to play Fortnite, and I get on, and the whole menu's changed. The item shop's different. It is like, what has happened?
They're constantly changing that shit up. Like
I don't think I like it.
they're constantly just modifying shit and changing it. I'm the only one that plays Fortnite pretty consistently.
I stopped playing like a while ago.
Me and Jake used to. Me and you used to run shit pretty
Yeah.
hard. Like we used to do pretty good on that.
The last
and-
time
Run
I played,
shit like diarrhea.
run shit
Oh,
like
God.
that. The last time I played, I think, was the update where they had snow and lightsabers. That was a while ago.
They've done that a lot.
oh,
So
they have
you're
that the
gonna-
first time, I guess.
they've done it a lot. So you're gonna have to specify.
I played Fortnite one time.
One
I logged in. I played about 3 matches, got 3rd place in one of them, and I was like, "That's about enough." And then I just never
That's
played it
good
again.
enough. That is good
They
enough.
got
So-
a Lego one now.
So they got rid of the build mode. So there's an option where you can play without building, and with that, it's so much better because you actually have to like strategize how you're gonna advance. So if you see someone, you can't just build a shelter to fucking escape. You have to be like, okay, can I rock this person's shit, or are they gonna rock mine? Like,
I
That's
will
one of the main
agree.
reasons I couldn't get into Fortnite. I wasn't good at the building,
Well,
which I
you
know
can
what you're
play
gonna
it
say.
without.
Skill
Building is
issue,
unnecessary.
but
no,
Yeah.
I'm asset building too, but you can play without, and without building, I'm so fucking good at that game.
I like without building. I feel like building is cheating. And when my dad and I play, like,
It's pussy
bro,
shit.
we crash and burn people.
Damn.
No, the building is pussy shit because you shoot at someone, and they build the fucking Taj Mahal, and
I could never get the hang of building in that
couldn't either.
game.
I couldn't
and then
either.
there's people
And there's
The
cranking
people
buttons
like,
didn't work with me.
people cranking 90s like there's no tomorrow,
like
and fucking
Tyler
Ooh, did y'all
Ninja
see
Blevins.
the new Minecraft questionnaire?
Questionnaire.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was-
for what they're gonna add.
yeah.
What is
Yes.
it? What are the options?
Mojang adds one thing every 2 years.
Dude.
Minecraft devs.
Why the fuck did they do that? Why not just add like all of them? It literally people do it in an afternoon. They add all 3 mobs in a mod in an afternoon, and Mojang takes like 3 years, and they're like, "Yeah, we added one mod.
They
one-
want perfection.
Everyone celebrate. We added an axolotl.
We
Oh,
added
also-
one
Okay,
mob
I like the
and a
axolotl.
new type of wood."
I mean, yeah, everybody liked the
Yay!
axolotl, but
I remember
They're
when
cute.
they
They're
add
not
like
necessary, but they're cute.
I remember in the previous updates they'd add so much shit like new ores, new dimensions, new mobs, new wood, new flowers. It's like, where did all the good shit go? Why is it all just ass now?
I think,
dude, I haven't played
think-
Minecraft in a minute.
Before we go full on Minecraft, for Fortnite, did you guys hear that Epic was bought by Disney?
I did.
Really?
I showed that to
Yes,
Kagan,
I
my
saw-
lovely
Damn.
partner over here.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think everything should just be acquired by Microsoft so that they can just be a monopoly.
But
'Cause
I
monopolies are
hate-
good things.
I
I do
loathe-
agree. Microsoft has some good shit.
I loathe how any character you see in anything, little kids will be like, "He's the guy from Fortnite."
and this is the fist going into the back of
And
your head. Like,
that is awful,
Okay,
dude.
So my little brother,
Minecraft.
anytime,
Your brains are getting blown out, just like in Fortnite.
anytime
Executed.
Aaron Yeager hits the gritty, like fucking dead,
Joker
dude.
hits the gritty
So
and then fucking
anytime
dies.
my two little brothers and I are like watching something, it'll be like from, I don't know, fucking Dragon Ball Z. My dad and I grew up on that shit. They will be like, oh, "That's from Fortnite." And I was
No.
like, "Before Fortnite,
No,
they had
no,
a fucking
no,
show."
It's like Fortnite is from this. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
It is like,
Yeah, it's-
what generation
I can't.
are you?
I can't wait to play Fortnite and get fucking no scope by Mickey Mouse or Goofy.
Do they add Disney characters in it now?
They probably will at some point.
Dude,
I don't want to see how that
imagine
looks.
Olaf.
Playing
It's a back bling. Holy
Ru-
shit.
let's just say it.
Russell with a Kevin back bling.
That'd be great.
Let's just say it. The best character they've added is Peter Griffin.
Oh, I just speaking of, I just unlocked.
don't know.
I just unlocked him the other night after grinding.
Isn't
so
his
much.
back bling Brian?
Yeah, it's a pin. No, it's a pinata, Brian.
Okay,
Still pretty cool.
someone explain to me the point of the pinata and then the chicken.
What do you mean?
The llamas?
Oh,
So
is
in-
that what they are?
The
So in-
pinata? I don't know.
So the pinata, I don't know the point of, but the giant chicken. If you watch Family Guy, Peter and this giant chicken have this feud going on that has gone on for years, which they haven't brought him back in newer seasons in a long
Yeah,
time.
they kind of gave him some character growth. Like used to, he was just kind of like a nameless.
I'm
Character.
pretty sure-
didn't
I'm-
even have a voice actor. They just kind of like bump into each other and get into a fucking fist fight.
I'm pretty
Lasts
sure.
for minutes.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the chicken died of cancer in an episode. I think that was
think
like
so
his
too.
end.
Damn.
Was like he came to Peter and he's like, "Peter, I want to tell you I'm dying." And they're like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I have like stage 4 cancer and I'm dying. I don't know how much longer I have." And they're like,
they actually gave him a voice actor and a family and character development.
Aw.
"Yeah."
Oh,
And
I
then
like the
he
Star
and then he
Wars
dies
one.
of cancer, and I think that's like canon. Like he stayed dead too.
I remember he was
Oh,
in one
fuck.
of the jokes I liked was he was in the hospital and Peter was visiting him and he was just like, "Come on, man, you just keep fighting. You have so much to live for." And he's like, "What do I have to live for? My house is gone. My wife took the kids. She left me for a bigger cock." And then the wife comes in with the kids and her new husband, who's like a big black chicken. And then she's just like, the kids wanted to say, "Kids, go say bye to your dad." And then the other guy's just like, "Sup, Ernie?"
I,
I don't watch Family Guy, but some of it hits. It's hit or
Family
miss
Guy
with
is
me.
okay sometimes.
Yeah.
with the
I will
amount
say
of-
seasons 1 through 10, love it.
I
the
don't
amount of
find
shit
that show like
they've-
entertaining at all.
I like seasons 1 through 10 of
with the
Family Guy.
amount of shit they've added to Fortnite, I'm surprised they haven't added like Walter White and Jesse from
I
fucking
feel-
Breaking Bad.
Jesse,
feel
we
like
gotta
They've
find
added,
these
Morty.
kids.
they've added Rick. They've added Rick, Daryl, and Michonne from The Walking Dead, but they haven't added fucking Walter
Walter.
White and Jesse.
Walda.
Jesse, we have to cook.
I feel like out of all the shows Kagan watches, Rick and Morty's probably the only one I will willingly watch.
Rick and Morty's funny.
Speaking of which, Kagan, the newest season of Rick and Morty, fucking baller.
Haven't watched
It is
it.
baller.
It's so good.
The new voice actors, it's
They're
weird to
good.
get used to at first, but they're so fucking good.
Do you guys, are you familiar with Sean Kelly?
Who?
No.
Sean Kelly, he's famous on Instagram for voicing Rick and Morty on social media. He's really good. But he auditioned for the role of Rick and Morty, or one or the other, and he lost out on a technicality, which sucks because he's really
On
really
a
good.
technicality.
What technicality?
Unspecified. But he made like a post or a reel explaining the situation, but not really, kind of
Corporate greed.
That's fucking
Right.
stupid.
But I mean, the new voice actors aren't bad. The more you watch it, like the more that I watch the season, they've sounded exactly the same.
The only time you can tell a difference is when the voice actor for Rick like yells
Yeah.
or like says something really loud. His voice kind of falters.
And it does make sense for Morty because you could just say, oh, he's getting older. Voice is changing a little bit.
Yeah.
But for Rick, it's a little more jarring, but it's still good. Like,
No, that season the humor was pretty fucking
It was
good.
very good.
It was really funny. They weren't just like a, hey, look at me, I'm gonna say the same joke 4 or 5 times until you laugh, like a little
So
bit.
you have omnipotence and you decide to float like Chris Angel. that made me laugh. The episode where that's the same episode where Rick has Bigfoot in a Pokeball.
Yeah,
I haven't watched it.
And he
At
lets
the-
Bigfoot out to kill him.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
at the end he puts fucking the Pope in a
Pokeball.
Pokemon ball, and he goes, yeah, I'm just gonna say it to get out of the way, Popey ball. Someone was gonna
Someone's
say
gonna
it.
say, "Oh, you missed the joke." No,
So
here it is.
what season is this newest one? Season
8,
6?
7.
Is it 7 or 8?
7.
7? Okay, well, I've only watched up to, I think I've watched the first 3 seasons and maybe half of season
Dang,
4.
dude.
No, you gotta watch the rest of them. They're all. I love Rick and
7
Morty.
is great, dude. It's so good. The last episode with the fear pit, Kagan, that was awesome. The fear pit, you know what I'm saying? And Denny's is the it was in the bathroom at Denny's. That's fucking awesome.
Ooh, let me tell y'all something.
What's up?
Tell us something.
There's this restaurant, and Kagan and I seem to disagree on it, but I think I finally side with them. It is giving me tummy issues.
Uh-oh.
I've always thought it was just mid, because if you remember what it was before,
It's former glory, you mean?
basically the guy who owns that chain of what it was before sold that specific location to somebody else in his family. I think it's his son, and his son opened what it is now. And it's basically the same restaurant. Like, all the food tastes exactly the same as when it was the restaurant it was before.
It's literally just a reskin.
Yeah, they literally reskinned that one location just so his son could have his own
And
restaurant.
just
You
changed the
weren't
name.
with us when we did Jake's birthday dinner, were you?
No, I hate Jake.
Okay, you remember that one restaurant you
Fair enough.
Do you remember that one restaurant you got sick and you didn't tell me till like what, months after?
Applebee's? We can say Applebee's.
Oh, okay.
That's a.
Yeah,
Applebee's.
that's a nationwide thing. Yes,
Okay.
That's a chain.
We went to Applebee's. We were all fine. Adam got up, walked off for like 5 minutes. Then he came back and said, "I just vomited my guts up. I don't think we can eat here anymore."
I told you
And
that
Okay,
same night. But
So like,
yes,
well, you reminded me like months later.
so much. Yeah,
so
I immediately got food poisoning and threw up in the bathroom.
I am in agreement with you officially, and I will never go back. Because it had also given me tummy problems, and I was in the bathroom for 2 days.
Nice.
It could not happen. again.
Dysentery.
So, what the fuck is this about? A pina colada?
I'm telling Jake to drink more so he can drive and be
Do
irresponsible.
you like pina coladas?
No D&Ds.
But I do like Dancing in the Rain. I forgot to say no, I don't. Move
Dancing
on.
in the Rain is actually very therapeutic.
Dude, riding bikes in the rain is the.
I tried
funnest
that
shit.
once, Kayla, and my parents said, "Come the fucking side, you're gonna get hypothermia." Like
I guess
I
if I'm
tried.
getting
I
fucking
tried living my
hypothermia.
best life.
No,
but it
I
didn't
like to
work.
ride my bike.
I
in
like
the
to
rain,
dance
dude.
in the
That
rain. I
was
love
so
to dance in the
fucking good.
kitchen, but this fucker sitting next to me is an asshole and he won't do it.
Why are you an asshole,
He's a little.
I don't
He's
either.
a little bitch.
I don't want
That's
to
what it
get
is.
fucking wet for
I
no
don't
reason.
mind.
I
I mean,
remember
I
I
gotta shower
had one of-
afterwards anyway.
Okay, so I had
My
one-
significant other has tried to get me to do that too as well, and it's like, I don't want to.
I have. Oh,
We have done that.
This is my significant other.
we
She's
have
been here for
gone
the recording.
running down the street racing in pouring down rain.
We did it once because I finally caved to your
We've done
pestering.
it like 3 times.
No, we
have
did it
you
once.
guys? Have you men seen The Notebook?
yes, I
Yeah,
have. It's
no.
pretty
Okay,
good.
some
No,
of
I
us have
haven't.
No,
looked
it's not good. What the fuck are you
Fuck
talking
you
about?
and your asshole, bitch.
Never seen it. All women love that movie like it's the best
Close
movie.
your legs, whore.
All women.
talking to
Technically,
Kagan.
no legs.
Listen,
talking to Kagan.
I've never seen that movie. All women praise that movie like it's the greatest movie to ever be movie.
It's not bad.
That and 50
I
Shades
just
of Grey
think
and
it's just-
300.
It's just fine.
I've read the plot. It's just
Notebook.
They claim so. Here's
Okay,
the
some
here's
of
the
us like to dance in the rain.
here's the 3 movies that women claim are the best source of media ever written: The Notebook,
W
50 Shades of Grey,
L
and A Rock to Remember.
L.
A walk.
A
not
walk
a
to-
rock.
a rock
I'm
to
a-
remember.
I'm a little intoxicated, so I'm gonna slur my
not
words.
just
a
You're
little.
not
Boulder.
intoxicated enough. Keep
Do you
drinking.
It's a
smell
rock.
what the Rock is cooking?
Fucking.
I have something to say about being in the rain, dancing in the rain. One of my
Okay.
edgiest moments ever was I think I was in fifth, sixth grade, something like that. I had on, I think, jeans and I wore this mummy long sleeve shirt all the time. It was like a It had black sleeves
Like
and
mummy milkers.
the shirt. No, mummy, like worn rags and shit. I wore it, and at the time we had like a broken, disheveled Shrek stool in the garage. I took it and then put it on the sidewalk, and it just sat in the rain. I don't know why. I was
Bro.
fucking dumb. And then my parents were like, "Get the fuck inside! You're gonna get hypothermia." And I was like,
What if I want
Okay.
hypothermia?
Bro,
"Like fine."
come on.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Come
I
on.
don't know. I don't know.
Now
It
you
seemed
see
like a good
why I
idea at
hate
the
this
time.
guy.
Exactly. I do the weirdest shit. But hey, at the time it seemed like a good idea. That's my defense.
Hey,
Hey,
it wasn't.
it was such a good idea.
I
was having
felt
a good
so
time.
cool.
Yeah, I did. I
I
felt like
so cool getting hypothermia in the rain. Hell yeah.
I don't
And then I
know.
woke up the next day with the sniffles.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Hell yeah.
Bro.
Also, we were talking about Halo last time. I just remembered the name of the good Halo movie. It's called Halo Forward Unto Dawn.
I haven't seen
From
that.
my recollection, it's about some teenage Spartans
I know
that are
that-
like stranded on a big ship, and then the Covenant come in.
I know that
and they
there's
have to kill 'em.
a ship in the Halo games called the UNSC Forward Unto Dawn.
Yeah. Well, was it based off that?
Maybe.
Maybe.
As I say, yeah, that's the one that fuck. It's in Halo 3. It's the one that at the end of Halo 3, if you remember, they go through they're in that ship and they're trying to get away from the ring before it goes off, and they're going through the portal and the ship gets cut in half, and Arbiter makes it back to Earth, but Chief and Cortana are still floating out somewhere in space. That ship is the Forward Unto Dawn.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think the first mission of Halo 4 is called Forward Unto Dawn.
Rad.
Even though Halo 4 was kind of just meh. I thought the story was really good, but 343 does not know how to make a Halo game.
No.
I haven't played
I haven't played Halo Infinite, so I can't say anything about that one, but Halo 4 and 5.
it.
In terms of actual gameplay and game design, no, not Halo, but the story was okay in Halo 4. Halo 5 sucked massive dick, though. The whole thing. And if you disagree with me, you're wrong. Anyway,
We do be at an hour and 3 minutes.
Oh
Ooh.
shit!
didn't ask.
Already.
Damn.
Too bad, Adam.
What's
Too fucking bad.
trying to think of another. Oh, speaking of good media, speaking of Halo, season 2 of the Halo TV show is coming out. It's
you
already
see the
like,
first?
the first 2 episodes are already out of
you see the-
season 2.
Did you
Have
see
you
the first?
seen the
though?
first?
I haven't actually watched the first one, but I've seen enough clips and people's opinions online to think I've watched it. It's
It's
bad.
like you were saying earlier, being faithful to the game pays off because
They weren't faithful at all.
they didn't watch or
They
play
didn't
the
play it
game.
at
They
all.
didn't play the game. They didn't know
I've-
anything about it.
So
They're
I've
like,
known. So that's what I've noticed. If I watch this one clip, it's people like directors of Marvel movies and people that work on Marvel movies. They're specifically told not to read or look into the character that they're writing a story about. I don't know the reasoning. They're just like, yeah, they told us not to like look into it. It's like, but why? That's why you're fucking losing money because your movies suck and you aren't doing research about characters.
No one that had any part of the Halo show actually played the game.
yeah.
Like Master Chief touching that obelisk thing and fucking coming in his suit. Just yeah, he like
Oh, I bet.
he
Is that
like
canon?
He touches it and he starts like tears start streaming down his face and he starts like convulsing and they just start screaming and just collapses on the ground.
it's like that is not
There's
at
a
all
good
what Master Chief
meme.
would
It's
do.
that clip and somebody captioned it "Master Cheeks" when the suit's auto jacker turns on in full blast.
I've also heard that the way that Chief is to Cortana in the show is not at all how it would be in the games. Like
Everything
he's kind of
ab-
an asshole. to
Nothing
Cortana.
about the show is how it is in the games. Not
But-
one thing.
He
except
takes
for
his
what I've
helmet
seen-
off constantly.
From what I've seen, it like everything looks good. Like the suit looks good. The
Yeah.
Covenant look good.
He looks great when he's
Yeah.
actually wearing it.
Yeah.
And when he's actually wearing his helmet,
I've seen that the
the
Covenant,
Covenant looks okay. It's,
look pretty good.
they're
and
kind of rough around the edges, but overall they're all right.
They have like bland weapons, like Covenant weapons that don't really have any texture to them. They're just like white or something. I've heard that complaint before. I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't seen it.
All
but
I
I've
know is
seen
that
commercials
I
for it.
have a
Season
complaint.
2 has started to drop. The first 2 episodes are out.
Yeah.
I've seen a very short to the point review of those first 2 episodes from the Act Man.
Any better?
He had some good to say, but it doesn't seem like it's going in the correct direction completely, unfortunately.
What'd you have to say, Kayla?
Kayla.
Slime Rancher 2 sucks ass.
Never played the first one.
On the topic of,
So
Yeah.
I played Slime Rancher 1.
I played a
spent
little
an
of the
entire
first one.
summer playing the first one, dude.
Can I just say, Baldur's Gate 3 overrated.
Fuck off.
okay, so Adam,
You're gone.
you're gone.
You're
Gone.
banned.
You're banned.
Haven't played it.
I will
Heard great
say,
things.
What even
when
is a
I
one by
look
one
at
Lego
it,
piece?
I cringe.
Slime Rancher 2? What's wrong with it?
Baldur Gates.
Baldur.
I'm sorry. Okay, like the only reason why I say this
What?
is because there is a scene that Kagan over here was playing, and he even admitted like it was cringe until I think the gameplay, and it just really bothered me. I was like, this is the most horrible thing I've ever seen.
Kagan.
I don't know what scene
Okay,
she's
I have
talking
two
about.
guesses. My first guess: 1, you kicked the squirrel into a fucking tree. Two, Carlac fucked you.
She stuck a finger in my ass.
No, no. You were laying down on your back, and she was in front of you, spreading your legs.
She was pulling the Amazonian.
Exactly.
She was riding.
Was that it, Kayla? Was that the scene? What was
She
the
was
scene?
doing missionary on me with
Exactly.
my own penis.
Okay, the scene was like they were going into war.
So
there
that's
was
what
like
that
this,
does.
That's called the
there was
Amazon
like this
position.
dog
I
that
know.
was coming, and they were like trying to, I think, either open the gate. Yeah, it was opening the gate, and there's arrows flying, and then like
Your first combat encounter?
I don't know. You were the one fucking playing it. You should know. And then the gate closes, and these 3 guys are trying to hold it open, and they can't, and they let go.
That's your.
Oh, I know
What?
the scene.
Okay, it was
I saw that scene the other
Ugh.
day while Kagan
I'm
was playing.
confused. Why is it cringy?
Yeah, I don't see why it's kind of.
It was just how the computer made it look. It looked.
Oh, that's
like-
because
I
I have a
will say-
shitty monitor.
It did
You're
look-
working on a school monitor with a
did-
fucking top tier PC, Kagan.
I'm sorry.
Bottlenecking
it just looked
fucker.
Like cringe.
Yeah.
It made me want to
Top tier
vomit.
PC,
honestly.
really?
I wouldn't say top tier. It's nice,
Quotes.
but
Quotes.
It's an
I
okay
also
PC.
don't think
Okay.
that they need to make the women's ass look so thick.
no, I think that's necessary.
That's a necessity.
I have a
That's-
rebuttal.
That's necessary. What's your rebuttal?
I have a rebuttal.
What's your rebuttal?
She has a rebuttal. I'll
Whenever
tell
I,
you what.
dude, whenever I first started playing on my own, before Kate and I started playing, I didn't know you could take off NPC's clothing. So when I did,
You jerked
could-
off on the spot.
You could
you
take
rubbed
off
one
oh
out
everything.
right
my
there.
God, Shadowheart.
You could take off
I just
everything.
don't think the ass got to be that thick.
Baldur's Gate.
I
My ass ain't even that thick.
disagree.
I will disagree.
I am going to disagree as well.
Well, looks like you're wrong.
I'm always fucking wrong. When am I right, Adam? When am I ever fucking right?
Never.
Exactly.
You have so many L takes.
Adam.
Just kidding.
He's not wrong. When am I ever fucking right? Never. Never.
That's not true.
I'm not even funny.
You're right sometimes, but I will say, in terms of thickness, like yes, nothing was necessary,
They don't gotta be
but
that thick.
it's
that's
pretty
true.
awesome.
And I don't think you should
What?
be able to fuck a
It wasn't
freaking bear.
necessary. She's right. It wasn't necessary,
So-
but
I
it's
agree.
awesome.
I agree.
You don't
It's
fuck
cool.
a bear. You fuck a druid who turns into a bear when you fuck him, which yes is unnecessary. But if you've seen the cutscene, it's funny.
It's also pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You know what was funny?
To receive a fat
When
bear
y'all-
cock.
Player agency.
When y'all were playing D&D and you threw a rock or told the guy Ching to do a fucking flip.
I did. Okay, so a little bit of background. Kagan and I and 2 other friends were playing D&D.
We're
and it was
calling
our
him Ching.
Yeah. Why? Let's call him.
That's
let's call
pretty
Him,
close to a racial slur.
let's call. Let's like Hop Nugget.
Hop nugget.
Okay, so it's not a slur if you don't make it one. Okay, so
True.
Kagan and I, and then 2 other friends, we'll call them Jared and Richard. We're playing D&D. Richard was the DM, and it was our first session. We had just gotten done figuring out our backgrounds and explaining it to each other, and then the first thing, I can't remember what the other guy's name was. I said Richard and what?
Jared.
Jared, the first thing he does was he's just walking along a path, and then he climbs up some rocks. You know, that's how we meet him.
To meditate.
Yeah, he's meditating. I think he was a monk. And
Yeah.
then my character, I say, do a flip. And then Richard says, do a dexterity check.
Oh.
And so Jared does a dexterity check, and he rolls like a 1. So the way Richard put it was, he fails miserably. He tries to do a flip. He hits his head on the sharpest rock possible, and now he's a vegetable at the bottom of the fucking mountain. So his character was immediately done for the rest of our sessions. And
Every now and
time,
then he just go.
every time that it was his turn to speak, he would do that because he was like brain dead pretty much. So like,
I mean, you
that-
should have done a fucking flip.
I just said do a flip, and then Richard said roll. It wasn't my fault. Okay.
It wasn't.
It wasn't my fault.
Honestly, you should blame that one on God.
I like that I threw my weird, sharp, crazy ass turtle at you.
Your turtle with a top hat.
Yeah.
That guy?
Except he had like this sharp, like a mouth claw moving.
That's from
thing.
another D&D campaign that we have.
We got
yeah.
multiple of these things.
Was that the
going on.
Western?
No.
campaign?
No, that
Wait, yeah, that was.
Excuse
was it.
That was. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, it was because that was the first one I joined.
No.
Yeah, I threw my turtle with sandals.
The problem with
Adam.
us playing D&D is that we don't get fucking anywhere.
That's not on me. I want to
It
keep
is
playing.
on you because you go into fucking bar fights.
Okay, so
That's
we
not
get
the
into
problem.
bar fights all the time.
Thank
Kayla
you.
always wants to go buy some shit, sell some shit, be a drug
Hey,
dealer that she's
wait.
really bad at.
I tried.
Like, no, okay, you did such a bad job. What did she do?
I've never dealt drugs in my
What did
life.
she do at the last game we played? She was such a bad drug dealer. She asked the
It was
people.
catnip. It was
what,
catnip.
What did she ask the people though? She was like, "Do you want like 6 pounds or milligrams or whatever of?
Do you want
of-
6 pounds of cocaine?
What was it?
Or like, I think it was
It's like, would that be
No,
okay if
It was
I
weed.
sold that for
It was
you?
weed. Marijuana.
Would that be okay?
The
Is that fine?
green.
This is all in a game, by the way.
Yeah,
Keep that
we're
in
talking
mind.
about D&D.
We're real drug dealers.
Dungeons and
She was
Dragons
like,
2.
I'll sell you
11.
six. She was like,
Never
I'll sell
again.
you 6 pounds of weed for 5 gold, and we were like,
That's an awful deal.
You do not know how to
Yeah.
barter.
This
Yeah.
is coming from someone who also has never done anything like that in her life. So I was trying.
So that's why we just go in circles. It never gets anywhere.
Well, on top of that, our like side characters always do dumb shit with Kagan, or Kagan like hurts them intentionally.
You remember that fucking fairy? What was his name?
Cleffrey.
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 Cleffrey. Yeah, so Richard made a NPC that was a fairy
Oh.
character, and he beat Kagan and I's ass like 7 times, like within an inch of our life. Like he could have killed us if he wanted to, but our DM was like, "Nah, I'll let you live out of pity."
No, I killed him eventually.
Eventually, dude.
After how many fights?
It took both of us.
It took both of us, but I dealt the finishing blow, and then
You're acting
Shall
like this
I
is an
add that I
achievement.
helped the
was.
tiniest bit
It
too?
wasn't.
I will say we had a D&D campaign back in college with a bunch of friends, and we had a guy named Jackson. We had a guy named Jackson who was the DM, and he was a pretty good DM, and it was a pretty interesting story. But we had one friend that would just like fucking roll for anything, like anything. Those guys, so like we encountered like some fucking ancient dragon, like nothing that we could even hope to beat ever. And he's like, I want to roll to befriend the dragon.
Oh,
And he's like, I want to roll to fuck the dragon. I think is what he
shit.
said.
I've heard about this.
I want to roll to fuck the dragon, and he rolls nat 20.
No.
And he fuck the dragon becomes his lover.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
the
wait.
dragon
So,
the dragon
so how
becomes
far did
his.
this escalate?
Huh?
How far did that relationship
if you
escalate?
let him explain, he'll probably tell you.
Shut the fuck up. I didn't notice you.
The dragon
Yeah, yeah,
becomes
shut
his
up.
lover, and we claim everything in the dragon's den
Yeah.
hoard. We claim all the gold, everything the dragon has.
The dragon was cool with it.
I mean,
mean,
they
the-
were fucking.
She's
so they
got
had to-
dick
I mean-
down, so yeah.
Okay,
probably.
wait. So what happens when
The
he
thing
left?
is, whenever that stuff works out, it's great. But when it doesn't,
It doesn't.
it ruins everything. So it's like, I want to fuck the dragon. Nat 1. Well, the dragon doesn't appreciate your advance and completely roasts and kills your entire party. Game over.
May I add that I also thought it was pretty cool in our Western campaign, I think it was, that we did, what was it, like the 4 deaths?
The 4 Horsemen.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
We
I
didn't
wanna
get too
say-
far into that one.
So
kinda bothered me.
Richard was the DM for that one. Right?
Yes.
I want to say he ripped that straight from Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare.
Really? Damn.
I've
I didn't
never
know
heard of
that.
that.
I didn't know that.
I wouldn't say directly, but Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, Great game. Great
I think
game.
y'all should
It's
do
just
an
it's
episode
just
on
Red
that.
Dead 1, but it's like a zombie apocalypse.
No, it's good.
Have you
It's
played
actually-
it?
It's genuinely
It's
terrifying.
so good.
It is good.
But you can find the they're not horsemen, but you can find the 4 horses of the apocalypse just kind of
find-
roaming the plains.
You can find cryptids too, right? Bigfoot and
Chupacabra.
Yeah,
Chupacabra? Yeah.
yeah, but you
pretty
can
cool.
find the 4 horses and tame them and make them a part of your horses. So like you
No.
can like ride War
That's
into
awesome.
battle, and War
That's-
is like a red horse with a flaming mane and tail that
Y'all
lights the ground
should-
on fire wherever it rides.
That's
It's so
awesome.
cool.
Y'all should do an episode on the 4 Horsemen.
Maybe, yeah.
Or a horseman, maybe. Do you guys have a favorite movie?
I do.
One movie.
Fuck, that's a.
Kayla, what's your favorite movie?
Wait, we're doing movies, not TV shows.
Favorite movie.
Oh fuck.
It can only be one, not a top 3. One
I got a favorite TV show.
movie.
Let me guess. Has
TV
been Hotel.
show. No,
let me guess.
that's a TV show.
Let me guess. Grey's Anatomy.
No, actually.
Okay.
Vampire
The Last
Diaries.
of Us is my favorite.
Okay. It's a good one.
So one of my favorite movies, this isn't my all-time, is Bullet Train. Bullet Train's a fucking goated movie.
Lame.
Shut up.
Bullet Train is Bullet Train is such a good fucking
It
movie.
is so good. Yeah, Kagan showed it to me.
It's
like last year.
so
It's so
it's
good.
so hard for me to pick a favorite piece of media
Try your best.
because it all depends on my mood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what's the first movie you fell in love with? You're like, this is perfect. This
For
is
me,
great.
it's like if I watch something or play something and just be like, this is a fucking masterpiece. Like
Yeah.
this is art.
Yeah.
In its purest form. That's what qualifies as like a great to me.
So.
All right.
So in
What's a
terms of
movie?
movies, yeah, y'all keep talking and I'll try and think of
Yeah.
something. But that is my
I got one, I
criteria
got
for
one.
the greatest
All
for a
right, Katie.
goat is pure art.
Yeah.
If it's not Halloween 1, it is Halloween 2.
Halloween 2 is your favorite movie?
1 or 2. Honestly, I think the first one was better. I think that the fact that in the second one they put him in a fucking grinder kind
Will
of
you
bothered
marry
me.
me?
Oh, the new one?
Yeah.
The new one?
Yeah, where they
Oh,
put him in
okay.
a fucking grinder. I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, so they had Halloween
Kills.
Halloween Kills and then Halloween Ends. So you like
Oh,
kills
there
most?
was 3 of them?
Yes.
Yes.
It ended
There's
last
Halloween,
year?
Halloween Kills, then Halloween Ends.
I don't
Yeah.
like the
This is
one
in the
where the guy
rebooted series,
decided
right?
he was going to be Michael Myers, and then Michael
Third
Myers.
one, that's
like,
Kills.
Okay, that one.
Ends. That's Ends.
That one was just not entirely great, but it was pretty good.
It had good parts.
But the first one,
I love 2018
Fuck.
Halloween. That's a good one.
that was a good one.
What do you like about it?
I think it's just I didn't really grow up watching horror movies, so I think because
Yeah.
that was my first horror movie to watch.
Yeah. Oh, it's
it
the
was-
first one.
It was. I didn't like I said. I didn't grow up with horror movies. I grew up with like the action, the thriller, and then as a teenager, as a female, we watched the chick flicks.
Chick flicks.
So like A Walk to Remember, by the way, fucking
No.
banger.
No.
Fuck you
Hey,
and
to
your
each
asshole,
their
bitch.
own.
That movie's fucking lame.
You're lame. You're lame.
I've
We
never
watched
seen
it.
lame.
Watched it.
Lame.
Halloween is good. It's great though. That's actually the first horror movie I showed my brother. He
It's
thought it was
good.
okay. He thought it was okay, but I really enjoyed it.
Jake, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie.
Do tell.
I have many, but I think my favorite movie is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
What is The Shining?
That's a good movie.
Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm
That is a
sorry.
You've
I've
never
committed a
heard of
sin.
it? What are you
That's
talking
a
about?
classic
I
horror
have
movie.
It
committed
is
a sin.
so good.
That's like
Explain,
one of
what
the
is
that's one of the
this, The
staples of
Shining?
horror.
It's a Stephen King. It's based off of a Stephen King novel, and it's basically about a family that goes to a hotel.
Is this the one where there's like this girl drenched in water crawling out of the TV?
That's
No, that's The Ring.
Oh,
That's
okay.
The Ring.
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, heresy. But this family goes to a hotel secluded in the mountains, and the father goes insane. There's more to it. I don't want to get into it right now. And he tries to kill his family.
Oh,
It's very good.
Basically,
You probably yep,
the
go ahead.
hotel it's a seasonal hotel. It's only open during certain times of the year,
Yep.
and over the winter they need somebody to stay up there and kind of be the caretakers of the
It's
hotel.
called the Overlook Hotel. So the father becomes the caretaker.
Yeah, and him and his wife and son go up
He's
there.
also a writer, isn't he?
Yes, he is. So maybe you've heard the phrase
All work and no
All
play
work,
makes
no
Jack a
play
dull boy.
makes Jack a
or
dull
red
boy.
rum.
Red
Rum comes from that movie.
rum.
I've not heard of
It's
it.
murder
Or
backwards.
the twins in the hallway.
Yeah,
Little
where the
girls.
kid's riding his tricycle
Yep.
and he turns the corner and there's two little girls, identical twins, standing at the end of the hallway just staring at
They-
him.
Come play with us.
There is so much that I love about that
Wasn't
movie.
that in Roblox?
Oh my god!
Every
It's the
time
guy from Fortnite.
it comes from that movie. Anytime
I'm
you see
sorry,
some,
I saw a great opportunity, guys.
there's so many things that you see in horror and like a lot of just media in general that comes directly from The Shining.
Yeah, it's very.
It's been very influential
yes.
to all other media.
It's definitely a slow burn. I think the
It
movie's
is.
like almost 3 hours long, but that's the kind of stuff that.
No, but
I
it's a
like.
it's a it's a
Damn.
It's
good
great.
movie.
It's great.
I'm really trying to think of a movie that whenever I walked away from it, I left just going like, "Wow."
Can we have a runner up?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Would you like a runner?
Yeah, I grew up watching horror movies. That's my favorite genre. So I'll try to talk about some movies that we didn't mention last time. Like, Adam, do you have one?
I think so.
I'll come back to
Oh,
mine. I'll
fuck,
come back
give
to
it.
mine.
So,
Kagan, while Adam's talking, do you have one?
so,
It's too late.
No, you go ahead.
It's too late.
So a movie that this is kind of a thing. Recently,
Yeah.
a movie that I saw recently that I walked away from going wow was Oppenheimer. I will admit that Oppenheimer has its flaws.
It's
the
ve- yeah.
pacing. It's a very
Oh,
long movie, and they're
yes.
trying to squeeze a lot into it, even though it's so long.
You feel that through.
So the pacing is like, it's so fast because they're trying to fit this man's entire life into what is already a long movie. But
Yeah.
it's still fast, even though it's such a long movie. Everything's just happening, like so fast, one after another. But that's just a recent movie. But
I
a
do agree,
movie,
it's very good.
a movie that I walked away from thinking like, well, holy shit, that I loved. I think it's also based on a Stephen King novel.
Really?
You might
What-
like
what
this. You might like this take.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like
Oh, I think I
He-
know what it is. Yeah, yeah.
I feel
Do
like
you?
that author,
think
like
so.
if he didn't have an outlet to write with, like
Be a movie maker.
he would be a really good movie maker.
I
And
think
on
he-
top of that, he'd be a little scary.
I think he hates most of his adaptions, though. That
Really?
yeah, he's not a
Yeah.
big fan of them.
He hated The
I'm
Shining,
shocked by
didn't he?
that.
Yeah, he didn't like Stephen Kubrick's The Shining. Or
Really?
Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick. Sorry.
Jake,
Uh,
That's sad.
do you have a guess as to what my
yes.
answer is?
Do you want to say it on 3?
I don't want to, just in case you get it wrong.
Damn,
One,
I want you to take
two,
a crack.
3.
Is it?
No.
2017.
Pet Cemetery.
No. Okay.
No, I liked it a lot. Pet Cemetery, I also liked a lot.
That
but
was
go
something
ahead.
I wanted
The
to
one
watch.
I'm thinking of is Storm of the Century.
I haven't fucking seen it. I haven't seen it.
Dude, I walked away from that movie going like, wow,
What
Did you
what
see
did you
this
like
in
about it without
theaters?
spoiling it?
it is so long.
Oh shit.
It is so long. I watched it on DVD. We had it on DVD,
Uh-huh.
and the DVD had side A, which had the first
Oh,
half of the
no!
movie,
Yeah, so
and
it got
side
split
B,
in
which
two.
had the
Okay,
second
yeah.
half of the movie.
Now, hold on.
Total, it was like 5 or 6 hours long.
It's one movie.
Yes,
I feel like any DVD that has a part A and a part B is a good movie.
I love that.
Tell me
movie.
that I'm wrong.
Wait. Sorry. Can you repeat that?
I feel like any CD movie that has a part A and a part B is a great movie. Tell me that I'm wrong.
Okay. So
I won't say that for everything.
I've never had a disc where you had to do that. Maybe
Really?
the B movie. No, not the B movie.
The B movie, as in like the cartoon?
No, yes.
No.
But
No.
no, if Storm of the Century, I feel like you'd really like Storm of the Century.
Damn.
But
It's
what
a lot
check
of
it out.
psychological horror.
Okay, wait.
That's
so
my
what is
favorite.
what is the runner up, Adam?
What did
Do you have a runner up?
Those were just the first two that came to mind
Oppenheimer.
in terms of things. Oppenheimer and Storm of the Century.
Okay.
Oppenheimer's like a more recent entry that really made me walk away going, wow, because I'm a big fan of history and science, and that's
Yeah.
like that whole movie.
May I
But
add another
Storm of the Century is insane.
May I add another question? Favorite trilogy
Oh my
or
god.
series? Series.
Kayla, this
Lord of the
is-
Rings.
Haven't
Hell.
watched it.
Case closed.
This
I couldn't
this
get into that.
that topic is actually one that I put in our pod topics as favorite movie trilogies. We can get to that in just a second. But Kagan, do you have a favorite movie?
Favorite movie. Fuck.
Single favorite
asshole?
movie. His asshole. It's a pretty good
so
view.
Bullet Train's probably my runner-up because I really like
Okay.
Bullet Train. I really like The Devil All the Time too. That was a really
That's a
good movie.
very good movie too. We talked
You've
about
never
that one
told
last
me
time.
about that one.
I've mentioned
Not
it
a lot of
before.
people talk about that movie.
No, that movie is very good. I think my favorite movie of all time is The Princess Bride.
I've never seen it.
Aw,
I love that
it's
movie
so
so
cute.
much.
I've never seen it. What do you like about it?
It's fucking goofy.
Okay,
it's,
hold on.
It's such a good movie.
What was
It's
the
just
name of that French dude?
Kind of want to give a rundown of Storm of the Century.
Inigo
I was gonna
Montoya.
ask like what you
Okay,
liked
he
about it,
was
but-
the best character, honestly.
Yeah, because so Inigo Montoya, he has a phrase called "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die."
Yes.
Okay,
Because
that's my
his
favorite.
goal is to
familiar.
kill the 5-fingered man.
What?
So he's got 5 fingers and then he's got a thumb.
Yeah.
So he's got an extra finger.
Oh.
But the movie is basically about. It's just this princess named Buttercup. Her name is Buttercup, which is fucking goofy. But Wesley, who's like the stable boy that loves her, and then he goes off to sea, and she thinks he dies, and he comes back as like a Zorro-esque type figure.
Yeah.
No, but I remember I really like that movie because it brings me back to nostalgia of like me and my mom, because we would watch it a lot, and I just love that movie so much. It's so fucking good.
So, I have a runner-up. Now, I did not get to see Oppenheimer. Everyone went without me, which is unfortunate.
Oppenheimer.
I hear it was very good, so I really hope y'all had a really good, like...
I went to see it with my dad, and it was a pretty good
I
time.
will say that in that movie there were parts like the sound.
Wasn't there
The
a
sound.
a pointless
it had
sex
my
scene in it?
I wouldn't say
Sex
pointless.
scene?
A pointless.
There
sex
was
scene?
a sex scene, but I wouldn't say it was pointless.
Yeah.
I will say my...
It served the characters. It served a purpose to the characters.
I will say my runner-up is Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny.
Oh my
The
god.
newest one? I haven't
Yeah.
seen it.
I've heard kind of.
Okay, it
I've
was
heard
really
mixed
good.
things.
Mixed things,
I've heard
yeah.
kind of bad things about that movie.
I
Yeah.
enjoy the whole entire series. I recently got into it a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And my grandfather, one who's passed away, watched it often, and I just couldn't get into it. But now that I've watched it, it's kind of chill.
You wanna know
Got some
something cool?
Adventures.
The only piece of media related to Indiana Jones that I've interacted with, really all the way through, is Lego Indiana Jones.
That is a great game. The
I
first
have
one,
not
I
seen
fucking-
any of the movies.
So-
me neither.
Not one.
I've seen
I'm
Crystal
gonna be
Skull.
honest
That's
with
it.
y'all.
I've seen the end, like the second half of Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
I do not do anything Lego movie or
You don't do
cartoon.
any like wait, you don't do any cartoon movies?
Not of Legos. I don't.
Not any Lego movies.
Yes, I don't think they're fun. Now, I recently, my wonderful man over here has gotten me into Legos. So I have gotten a new addition to my Lego floral thing I guess I got going on.
Lego
I
flowers.
I got Lego flowers. It's sitting on my bedside.
Lego
awesome.
succulent.
And now I take pictures of it and I send it to my boss, who is super awesome.
I will say the first Lego movie, great.
I liked it.
Second one kind of sucked.
Second one I haven't seen. Lego Batman movie is good.
I love-
Ninjago, haven't seen it. I don't know if there's any more.
I've seen all of them.
I will say there are some really good anime movies. Like
The Silent Voice is my
A
favorite
Silent
anime movie
Voice,
of all time. and
Your
it will never
Name.
change.
Your Lie in
Oh, you're
April.
talking
Haven't
about that
seen 'em.
anime one.
You should watch some of those.
Hey,
Or
I-
any Hayao Miyazaki movie, like
heard-
Ponyo or Spirited
I've
Away,
seen
Ponyo
was
is
good.
goated.
Howl's
I love
Moving
Ponyo.
Castle, My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh, A
Damn.
Whisker Away.
Was
Have y'all seen
what is
that?
what is it called?
A whisker? Okay, my best friend knows exactly what I'm talking about. Whisker Away was fucking good. It is a beautiful anime. I think isn't it on Netflix? I think it's on Netflix. Check it out. Check it out.
You should, Jake, you should definitely watch some of those, like Your Name and Your Lie in April.
Yeah.
Like those are like super sad movies.
Hey, that sounds
so
right
they're
up my
right
alley.
up your
Oh,
alley,
wait.
and they're
Have y'all
beautiful. They're
seen-
beautifully animated.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Have
What?
y'all seen this one series? I cannot find the name of it, and it makes me so mad. But the water, it's an anime. This girl's like walking across a bridge or a street, and this water comes up and it like talks to her or something. And like, I would love to know the name of it if y'all seen it.
It sounds familiar,
called?
honestly.
What's it
It's
called?
fine. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it here.
I don't know the name of it.
Ah, fuck. All right.
I will say, I guess a runner-up question. If nobody has a runner-up for their favorite movie, is what's a movie that makes you feel nostalgic?
Can you give the definition of nostalgia?
Garfield.
Something
Garfield?
that like whenever you think of it, it like brings back memories of like old, like whenever you were a kid. It makes you nostalgic for
Okay,
your
so-
younger years. Like
This is why I said princess. This is why I said princess.
Because of
Is because of that
Nostalgia,
nostalgia.
okay.
Yes, it's something me and my mom would watch, especially when I was like sick. As when I was little,
Yeah.
I'd be a little guy, I'd just cuddle up to my mom. We watch that, and I'd go, fall asleep all sick and good.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's a nostalgic like trip for me. So it's like, it's more of like it has a sentimental place in my heart.
Yeah, but like every time you watch it, you think about
Yeah.
watching it with your mom.
Yeah.
something very nostalgic for me. It's not a movie, but the series Popeye.
Really?
I watched Popeye a lot whenever
Really?
I was really
Are you
young.
talking about Popeye the sailor?
Yeah.
Like the dude that eats beans or
eats-
something?
he eats spinach.
Spinach.
Sorry, I didn't grow up watching that either.
Yeah, I watched Popeye a lot.
Beans. I only eat beans.
I couldn't tell if she said beans or beef.
Well,
The dude who eats beef all the time. He just goes for a steak.
why is Popeye nostalgic for you?
I just watched it a lot whenever I was really young, especially with my granddad.
I watched the old Transformers like show from like the I don't know
The
from,
animated one?
Yes,
Is it like the 3D animated one or like the OG?
like the
animated?
OG.
Oh, fuck,
animated.
okay, yeah.
I used to
There's
watch
a
that growing
difference?
up, but I
One-
would go to sleep every night watching
Yes,
that shit.
Kayla.
I will say,
There's a difference.
looping back,
Sorry.
because we did talk about this a little bit earlier, Avatar The Last Airbender.
Yep.
That show, I grew up
Are we
with
talking
that
about
show.
the cartoon
show.
or the
Yes,
live
the
action?
cartoon.
Okay.
Cartoon.
I grew up with that show, and it made me grow as a person. So that show makes me
Dude, that's
very
another,
nostalgic.
Ira
that's another
taught me to be
category
a better
of media,
man.
like media that changed you as a person.
Yeah.
For nostalgia, that's actually Spirited Away. Great.
Any movie that guy makes is just
Studio Ghibli's just on another level, man.
is it Miyazaki, right? That's his name. Hayao
Yeah.
Miyazaki.
Yeah, yeah.
So we were talking about nostalgia movies.
I do too.
Dude, I love anything that makes me feel what the characters in
Me
the show are
too.
feeling. That's how I was whenever
Yeah.
I watched Attack on Titan. Whenever I watched Attack on Titan, I just felt so much hopelessness and despair vicariously through that show.
So, okay, before we move on, I do want to move on to like on-screen presences that you feel the tension, you know. But before we do that, Kayla, do you have a nostalgic movie?
So it's actually a TV show. You had mentioned
Okay,
it,
yeah.
Ninjago.
Really?
Yes.
Oh
so,
fuck!
okay, so
Yeah.
my little brother,
Ninja what?
he's not so little anymore. He's like 19, but he watched that like religiously. Same with Bakugan, I think is what it was called.
Bakugan. Yeah, I remember a lot of those shows. Like they made an anime out of like Beyblade, Bakugan. They made animes to promote toys at the time
Yes.
because those were very popular. Beyblade, Bakugan, those were all very popular toys back in the day.
So Bakugan and Ninjago especially, fucking.
I remember they I think they I don't think they do this anymore, but whenever Ninjago first came out, they had those spinning things, kind of like Beyblade.
Oh, I know what you're
You
talking
put the
about.
minifigure on the.
And then
I remember
like
seeing
spin it.
commercials for those.
basically
They don't
like,
do that
you
anymore.
Let
I
it
don't think.
rip.
Yeah,
and
remember
then
seeing
boom.
exactly.
commercials for those, just like
They
you'd
used
see
to light
commercials
up,
for the hex
too.
bugs. You remember hex
Hex
bugs?
bugs are
Oh,
fucking
shit,
dope,
man.
dude.
Dude, something that actually instills hardcore nostalgia in me is seeing commercials that like aired on Cartoon Network in the 2010s.
Yeah, if you notice, they don't
Ba-doop,
really,
ba-doop, doop.
especially like streaming services. You never, if you only watch streaming services, you never see like advertisements for toys
Yeah.
anymore.
I grew up watching Cartoon Network and Disney Channel.
Yeah, me
and
too.
All the Nickelodeons, Nick
Nickelodeon,
and
yes.
Nicktoons.
Nicktoons, yeah.
Nicktoons was the shit.
Ooh,
I always heard that that's where the Nick cartoons go to die. You know,
No.
they air 'em- they
That's the
just do
only place
reruns
that
and
Avatar
shit.
The Last Airbender aired was
Yeah,
Nicktoons.
yeah. I think it was like
They also aired Dragon Ball Z Kai on Nicktoons. That's
dude on,
that's
on
Okay.
Adult Swim. They did Toonami.
also,
yeah.
Yeah.
I love anything Dragon Ball Z.
I only
So the fact that they put it there only.
I only really watched Dragon Ball Z Kai, and I was really into it because like I watched the part that I watched was the first meeting and fight and stuff between Goku and Vegeta, and what was the second guy, the bald guy that came with Vegeta, the other Saiyan, the big guy,
His name was.
There was quite a few. when
no,
you
his
talk
name
about-
started with an N. It was Nappa.
Nappa,
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
gonna say there's quite a few. Like you have some.
and
from
Vegeta
the very
fucking kills
beginning.
him.
Yeah, yeah.
But I watched that fight and then watched the entire arc on Namek where they fight Frieza,
I'll tell
I-
you.
and
Yeah,
what,
Goku goes Super Saiyan for the very first time
Yeah.
if
after
you were,
Frieza kills Krillin.
If you were absolutely up to date with them, I bet your favorite characters from that show would have totally changed.
Yeah, see,
Because,
that's
like-
that's really all I watched was Z Kai. I didn't really care about anything outside of that because I liked it whenever I was younger, but I can't stand Dragon Ball nowadays.
I
Yeah.
absolutely love it.
They have a new
On
anime
my-
coming out.
On my birthday, I had met one of the characters or one of the voice actors, and I had told him it was my birthday. And oh my god, the fact that he said happy birthday to me, it made me just want to fucking melt.
Did he
in
say
my
happy
pants.
birthday in the voice?
He did. He said happy birthday,
That's
Bulma, and it was
so
like,
awesome.
oh my fucking god,
Who was
I'm
the-
going to melt.
Who was the voice actor?
Sean something.
It-
It's the voice for Goku.
No, for I didn't get to meet him. His line was too freaking long. It was for Vegeta, and I'm telling you, I've never melted before.
Dude,
But
I
I've
remember.
melted.
I remember Richard and I went to a Comic-Con last year with you guys, and we were able to meet the voice of Naruto, Miley
I
Flanagan.
remember that because you were so fucking hyped
I was
up.
so happy because I grew up with Naruto, and it was so awesome to finally meet her. She
just
was
like-
awesome, but that line, we were waiting in it for like 3 hours because she
Oh, I
actually,
remember.
in the middle of the line, she went on a lunch break or something, and that lasted for like an hour. So we had to like sit there
You
and
just
wait.
had to stand there and
As I
wait.
say, on the same topic, Kagan's not here. He's in the restroom. But
Yeah.
Fuck you. For
I just
having
wanted
go
to bring
bathroom.
up him getting to meet the voice actors for
Demon Slayer.
Tanjiro and Inosuke from Demon Slayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he has Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu's swords, like the katanas, on a stand in the corner of the room on top of a shelf. And Tanjiro and Inosuke's swords are signed by the voice actors on the scabbard.
Pretty cool.
We're still
He
waiting.
didn't get
for
to
the
meet
last
Zenitsu's
one.
though.
Yeah.
Well, the actor never came in, unfortunately. I will say, when I had told Tanjiro, that the voice actor of Tanjiro, that it was my birthday, he was like, "Oh, cool," and I was like, "I don't expect you to like give me a free video or anything if you sing happy birthday, but I would say like, oh well, like happy birthday." I don't know, just something cool, man. I want to hear you voice Tanjiro.
Kagan,
That
it's
is
your
the
turn.
whole point of showing up.
Yeah, unfortunately, the voice actor for Tanjiro was kind of a wet blanket, but the
He
dude,
was lame.
the dude who voiced Inosuke, Bryce Papenbrook, dude, he was so fucking cool. He was
was
such
awesome.
he was such a bro. Like I actually just had a conversation with him for a minute, and he was just, I was like, oh, I was so happy because growing up, I had watched other animes that he'd been in, so it's kind of like I wouldn't say he's a childhood hero, but I know him more than like pretty much any other voice actor in anime. As I'm just like, I know this guy the most because he's been in like Blue Exorcist and fucking Seven Deadly Sins, Demon Slayer, Dorohedoro, just all these other things. So it's just like, it was crazy to meet him. It was nice.
And I know that there are more movies that I walked away from just being like, wow, but I can't think of any.
No, I know too, because I like movies. I watch just a lot of movies in my free time.
That's his hobby.
And but there's none that have made me just go like, wow, that
Like,
was like the best movie I've ever
That's
seen.
my favorite movies, is the kind where I walk away from them just being like, holy shit, that was a masterpiece.
Ready Player One.
Oh, I've seen Ready Player One. It was meh. I like it and everything, but it wasn't like a movie that made me walk away and say, wow.
I like how it's just a big circle jerk for gaming in general.
I would
Yeah.
like to ask another question.
What's up?
A movie series that you are fond of or you really, really like?
Star Wars.
Of course,
Haven't
it's
seen one.
fucking
Up to the
Wars.
sequels, excluding the sequels, Star Wars.
Haven't seen one Star Wars movie.
Oh, my
I
fucking-
watched them because of this fucker right
Not one.
here.
Not one.
I only like the first two that they
Nary
made.
a one. Same with Indiana Jones. Haven't seen a one. The only thing I've interacted with Star Wars was Lego Star Wars.
Fair. That's a good media. to
We are
experience it
doing
through.
series.
Siri, what was your question?
A series that you're fond of.
Favored or fond of
Oh
series?
no, I thought we were doing trilogies.
Just in general.
We could do that
series,
next.
trilogies, whatever.
Series, my favorite series. Like,
We'll have to do another one of these with Ethan involved. I feel like he's got a lot to say.
yeah, I agree.
He always has something to say.
He had a lot to say. He had a lot of nothing to say. We'll miss him.
Favorite series.
We'll have to crack that clam
Anybody
a
who
little
gets
bit
that
more.
reference, I
Crack
love
that
you.
clam. Hour 40.
Or 40? Oh, I think that's a good time.
Let's finish up our favorite series and then.
All right,
Put a
yeah,
pin in
let's put a pin in it.
But did you guys already talk about your favorite?
No.
Series?
Okay,
I said
just
I
I
didn't.
said
Question.
Star Wars, excluding the sequels.
Okay, so I guess we'll lot that in with trilogies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can, yeah.
I have two favorite movie trilogies.
Go
What are
for
they?
it.
One is no longer a trilogy, and the other will no longer be a trilogy soon.
What?
Yeah, the first one is Pirates of the Caribbean. The first three movies are fucking great.
Oh yeah,
Haven't seen him.
Curse of the Black Pearl,
Dead Man's
Dead Man's
Chest,
Chest
and At World's End.
At World's End.
Haven't seen 'em.
Very, very good movies.
Which one is the one
Get
with
on
Blackbeard?
it, Adam. What?
That's
Which one is the one with Blackbeard? Because
Stranger
that was
Tides.
my favorite.
Blackbeard?
On
That is
Stranger Tides.
4. 4 and 5 are... We don't talk about
I
them.
like 4,
we don't
I'm-
talk about them.
and I'm tired of pretending like
We
I
don't talk
don't.
about 'em.
I like 4 and I like 5. They're both good.
You're wrong.
No.
That,
kidding.
Kagan,
Kagan, you're entitled to your opinion, but I just want you to know that's shit. Like,
Compared
Yeah,
to the
so your opinions are
okay,
valid.
okay. Let me explain. Compared to the first three,
I don't know why I'm talking. I haven't seen any of these
compared
movies.
to the first three. They're hot, stinky dog shit. But
Aw, fuck
on their
you.
own, I like Blackbeard I like the actor that played Blackbeard, and I like
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard as a character. I thought he was cool.
I will say, I acknowledge 4 and 5 as their own thing.
Yes.
Keep it
Okay,
away
that's
from my
fair.
first 3,
Okay.
and we'll be good. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies are great, and then I really enjoy the Planet of the Apes movies. I fucking love them.
I have
Haven't seen
no
it.
idea what the
So
fuck that
great.
is.
I haven't seen.
Haven't seen
I
them.
think there's Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Forget what the second one. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and then the third one is War for the Planet of the Apes, and then the newest one is going to be called Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I love the first 3 movies. They're great. You have the A plot with the apes, and then the B plot with the forgettable human characters, kind of like Transformers. Right?
Yeah.
That's
Everyone
another-
goes to Transformers just to watch
Yeah.
the robots beat the shit out of each other. They don't care
And
about the human
explosions everywhere.
So, okay, those are my 2 favorite trilogies, but on the topic of Transformers, they're fucking awesome, dude. The fight choreography is
I
god tier. It's awesome.
disagree.
I don't
the
like the
CGI
human shit.
I will say for how old those movies are, the CG is
2007?
impressive. It is impressive.
Yeah.
2007. That CGI is insane. I
So-
love the fights. The human shit was I could do without the human shit. I just like watching the robots beat the fuck out.
I like
of each
Shia
other.
So I
LaBeouf.
disagree.
Shia LaBeouf's cool.
So
Shia
the
LaBeouf.
only thing I liked about the Transformers
Shia
is how
LaBeouf.
they were designed, how
LaBeouf.
they looked. They looked fucking amazing. Like someone put time and effort into that. But I just think they're fighting over stupid shit.
The dialogue was awful.
The Cube.
The
Yeah, it was in a
storylines were
fucking
fine.
cube.
It was the fight scenes I was.
It looked like
fucking
a
with.
fucking ice cube.
But the CG.
What was the
Kagan,
cube called again?
The,
The
Allspark.
The Allspark.
The Allspark.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they looked amazing.
I'm a big fan of Transformers.
I
can
like
tell you.
Bumblebee
Transformers.
was my all-time favorite, along with the trash can dude.
Trash can.
Some dude like was either a dumpster. He was green.
Ratchet.
I think that's
He was
who
the
it
medic.
Was.
He was
And
an
Clank?
ambulance.
Was he an ambulance or a
Yeah.
jeep?
He was an ambulance, I think.
I have a trilogy I'd like to throw out.
Okay.
Nobody
Alright, go
brought it
ahead.
up. The Matrix.
Never seen it.
What
The
is
Matrix.
the Matrix?
Never seen it.
Never
Yep.
seen it.
Explain the Matrix.
You've never seen The Matrix? None
No.
of you have I assume you've all heard of The Matrix.
I've heard of
Yes.
it.
The
but
Matrix
I've
was
only
like
heard of the name.
Yeah.
so Keanu Reeves, obviously.
Rihanna
John Wick.
Keeves.
Keanu Keeves. Basically, the whole premise of the Matrix is that's where the whole like reality is a simulation kind of thing came from, and the term the Matrix. So basically, in the Matrix, they live in the Matrix.
Yeah.
And it's the reality they live in is all a simulation, but there's a group of people that have escaped the simulation. And they're trying to fight because basically, in the real world, humanity has been completely taken over and enslaved by their own creations, like mechanical beings, like robots. And they've put these humans into the Matrix and are basically farming them like crops to be an
Oh.
energy source for these robots.
Damn.
And yeah, that's basically the whole premise of the movie. It's pretty badass.
Hell yeah.
And Neo, the main character who Keanu,
Keanu
Reeves
Reeves,
plays, is like the quote unquote chosen one who can interact with the Matrix and do like crazy shit that nobody.
Dodge bullets.
Because
and
it's
shit.
like once you know that you're in the Matrix, you can kind of like bend the laws of reality in it
Yeah.
to your will. And he's like that on a whole different level from anybody who's escaped it. It's weird, but
yeah.
it's good. The first 3, the newest one that came out like a couple years ago.
I watched.
I
that
haven't
one.
watched
That one
it.
sucked. I fucking hated it.
I have not watched the newest one, but I've heard that it is just compared to the original trilogy. It's just kind of like keep that away from the original Matrix.
Right.
Goated. The newest one, I'll acknowledge that it exists, but keep it away from
Like
the rest of it.
Pirates 4 and
like
5.
how you're talking with
Yeah.
pirates.
Yeah, dude, I watched it and the plot was so fucking forgettable. Like Neo wakes up and he's like, "Oh, you were in the Matrix, but not really. But you still are, but not really." And it's like, I'm sorry, what?
Make up your mind.
Yeah, it was it.
The Matrix 1, 2, and 3 are pretty fucking good. though.
My dad was like rooting and raving. He's like, he was like, "You know, watch the new Matrix with me?" And I was like, "Sure." I've never seen any of them.
What
but
did
I'll
he think
watch
of it?
He also thought it was fucking shit.
Yeah,
but he
that's
was
what
so excited to watch it, and we sat down on the couch and watched it, and he was like, wow, that was terrible. And I was like, yeah, that sucks.
See, the Matrix. What I think it's the first one's just the Matrix, and then there's the Matrix Reloaded and the Matrix Revolution, and then the newest one is called the Matrix Resurrection. So I'm glad they're sticking to the theme of these R
Yeah.
words. But
Matrix retarded.
Matrix retarded.
That'll be the next one.
But no, the Matrix Reloaded, and the Matrix Revolutions are awesome.
Hell yeah.
So my favorite series is going to be anything with Doctor Strange in it.
Is Doctor Strange a trilogy right now?
I'm not
there's
sure.
only
Only two. has
I just
two.
know and there's a couple shows that he's in it.
Shows.
Like
There's
movies.
movies.
I like
Movies,
any
I'm
time
sorry.
that Doctor Strange is on screen. Like,
Any-
I like No Way
anytime
Home a
he's-
lot because
Benedict
Doctor Strange was
Cumberbatch.
heavily featured. Like
Yeah.
I liked Spider-Man No Way Home because Doctor Strange was in it a lot.
I'm not sure if I saw that.
You saw it. I think.
Spider-Man movie?
Yeah.
No Way
Yeah.
Home. It's the one
I
that
did
has
see it.
Yeah.
it's the one that has all three Spider-Man. It
got
has
Tobey,
Tom
Andrew,
Holland,
and-
Tobey
Yeah, we
Maguire,
watched-
and
That's
Andrew
where
Garfield.
they open portals and
We
stuff.
went
Yeah.
and watched it together. I remember that one.
Okay.
So your favorite?
Anything with Doctor Strange in it. I personally am not a fan of what's it called? Oh, it's so stupid. Hold on.
Multiverse of Madness?
No,
I like that
What if?
one. I didn't like that one.
that one. That was the one where no, it was She-Hulk.
She-Hulk sucked.
Okay, that was the one. I'm sorry. Did that
Did you
offend
wait? Were you about to say you liked it?
No,
Your opinion's valid, Kayla. I just want to know what you think. What's your honest opinion?
I just wasn't a fan of it.
It sucked. Thank you.
Okay,
Dude,
no, I
they
just I
fucked
got
my
it.
bu-
I watched the first episode. I just wasn't a fan of it. I'm sorry.
They fucked my boy Daredevil, dude. They made Daredevil do the walk of shame from She-Hulk's apartment with his shoes off and everything. Like, dude, what? Charlie Cox is a great Daredevil. He has his own Netflix show that was canceled, but they're bringing it back in the MCU.
I love.
So they're gonna cancel it.
I
but
loved
bring it
seeing
back.
him in.
Yeah.
I loved seeing him in No Way Home. Whenever he's
Yeah,
he's
that's
Peter's
awesome.
attorney,
Yeah.
And they
He
cut-
catches
they
the
throw
brick.
a brick
Yeah.
through the window and he
Yeah.
just catches it.
Have
And
you
he's
guys
just like,
seen
"How
the-
did you catch that? I thought you were blind.
I'm a
really
really
good
good
attorney.
lawyer." Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a really good lawyer."
Have you guys seen the Daredevil TV show?
No.
No.
It is
I've heard
so
good things,
It
though.
is so good.
Oh, another show that series I'm very fond of is it's older. It's called I Love Lucy. It is a great.
Oh, that's fucking ancient.
Fuck
Jeez.
you.
I haven't heard of
That
okay?
is old.
No, I'm just saying
I've
that's
heard of it.
ancient. I'm not
It's
talking
old.
shit
It's in
about
black and
funny.
white.
It's
That's how
funny.
old it is,
Lucy
huh?
Yeah.
Ethel, fucking just.
It's old
They're
as
best
shit.
friends.
My aunt loves that show
When
too.
I see Ethel and Lucy, I immediately think of me and my best friend, who is currently sitting on the couch next to me.
I've never watched I Love
I-
Lucy. My aunt's really into I Love Lucy. I've never watched it.
I like Golden Girls. I thought Golden Girls was good.
Dorothy is your no. It
No,
was
it's
the old-
Dorothy.
Okay, it was
Dorothy's
Dorothy.
my favorite. B.
I-
Arthur is a goat, dude. She
I
is.
completely forgot that even fucking existed. That is actually my favorite.
I will say I've never like actually sat down and watched the show really.
It's
But my
good.
dad, none of the ones that we've mentioned. This is a new one that I'm bringing up. My dad watched this a lot. My stepdad watched this a lot whenever I was younger, and I've never like really watched it. But I've always been around it. The Dukes of Hazzard.
I've heard of it.
I used to have a crush on the blonde dude.
Me too. I don't even know what
He
you're
was
talking about.
hot.
Every guy liked Daisy Duke. That's where the word Daisy Dukes come from
Yeah.
really short blue
You
jorts.
didn't like her?
Huh?
You didn't like her?
I said every guy is into her.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you didn't like her. I
That's
was
just
like,
that's
"You're
where the whole
fucking
term. Like if you see
insane."
a really short like pair of booty jean shorts, they're called Daisy Dukes for a reason. Like
Yeah.
I was gonna say the blonde dude, super fucking hot.
Kagan, did you have any? Did you mention a series that you liked the most? You said
no.
Transformers.
Yeah, that was really about it. But
Oh,
I think that'll do it.
all right.
Will it?
Looks
think-
like someone's EP.
I'm not
Yeah,
EP. I'm intoxicated.
Intoxicated. There's a difference.
Yeah,
He's
there's
not
a difference.
intoxicated enough is the problem.
Yeah,
No.
keep drinking.
No,
Drink.
no.
Peer
I'm trying
pressure,
to be
peer pressure.
responsible. No.
That makes me think of an old joke. It's like it's talking about like alcohol commercials, when they air. And it's just like, look at this yacht. You wouldn't be on this yacht if you weren't drinking. Drink, drink, drink,
know,
drink
when
more,
I
drink more.
think-
Look at this girl, hot girl. Keep drinking, make all this money, keep drinking.
When I think
At
of
the end,
alcohol,
hang on. At the end, the commercial cuts and it's please drink responsibly.
When I think of alcohol, I think of that one video on iFunny where it goes like, "When my foot move like this and my other foot move like this, I end up at the liquor store."
Gotta sell motherfucking clocks. What happened to my clock, bitch?
It's just a stone.
Well,
Oh, what about the double gulp Slurpee?
The double gulp cup.
Huh?
You cannot use the double gulp cup on the fucking Slurpees.
Why not,
I'm
man?
going
Do
to
this every
commit
time I
big
come
crime. I'm
in.
going to nut in water tower.
I'm going to bust nut.
God giving humanity the key to true happiness. Behold, the Newport. Motherfucking Newport.
That is a
Motherfucking
great way
I'm gonna be
to
the
end an
richest guy in the
episode.
hood.
Oh God. All right.
I think
Guys
that's gonna,
good?
I think I think
I
so.
think it's good.
This is a fun
thanks,
one.
Thanks
Yeah, it
for
was.
having me on. You
Yeah, no
guys.
problem. It's fun
Yeah,
having you.
never happen again.
I think that's
Probably won't.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think it's going to do it for this episode of the It's Hard to Explain podcast. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or X, as you want to call it.
Wow.
As Adam
YouTube and
says,
Spotify
X.
at It's Hard to Explain podcast.
Wow,
Or don't.
That was dry.
That was.
Shut the fuck
If you
up.
like what we do here,
Yeah, if you
make
like
sure
what we
you
do here.
like and follow on YouTube, Spotify, and X. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I don't know.
Instagram.
These guys are real cool. Check them out.
And Instagram.
Bye bye.
Thanks for calling us cool.
Bye.
Bye bye.